Viking,
Moose Knuckle,
Red the Dragon,
Knight,
Danger,
Canada,
Uncircumcised,
Philanthropy,
Stupid Stuff,
Supercross,
Pain,
Nipple,
Machete,
Fashion,
a scintillating bloodbath of hellacious fury,
Evil,
Cannabis,
Interesting
Thing, Awesome,
Radio.
No, it's not my penis. It's my anus. It's not semen. It's diarrhea. I just shit in my pants a little bit.
It's the Jason Ellis Show with Jason Ellis. Michael Tully.
Smack me in the face with that Taylor hand.
Andrew Bruce.
I'm not good at language.
Kevin Kraft.
My butt has great timing.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
House is blowing up.
Jason Ellis. This is the Jason Ellis Show.
pussy to the left, pussy to the right, pussy all day, pussy all night. But my favorite is the side pussy.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Something about hugs. Oh, do you like hugs? Do you know people that don't like hugs? You gotta know that person, right? If anybody's listening that doesn't like hugs, give us a call at 855-ELLIS-41 and tell me, only if you want to be cured? Do you want to like hugs? Give me a call.
Why does Will need to call in? Isn't he just down the hall?
Will, do you hate hugs? He's not here yet. He's Will news scrutinizing. Right, it's gonna be scrutinized. This news is gonna be fucking tight.
See him walking by.
You think Bennett's ICP bit was tight? Wait till you see this. Here comes Will.
He brought his own computer keyboard.
I've
never seen that before.
And I'm like, of course he brings his own mountain.
No, he brought paper. Cool.
When I tousle your hair, you little rascal, you like that?
Well, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave me alone.
What's homophobic about pounding ass?
Yeah, Will. What's so weird about pounding ass? You don't. Michael just tried to put you in the I don't like hugs kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you indeed that guy?
I am not that guy.
You like hugs.
I'm a hugger, yeah,
Right.
sure. I'm not.
So there you go, Michael.
Hugger, not mugger.
That. I'm not a condescending hand on the shoulder guy.
Yeah, no, we're pretty aware of that.
How about
Thank
a condescending hug?
Just for the record.
Yeah, is there a condescending hug? There is not, right?
Yeah, let me help you get over it, Will. There.
So if you do, it doesn't matter about so much the hug, it's what you said when you're doing it.
I think if you put there is the condescending.
Yeah.
You can say there if you're an older lady.
That's disrespectful, I think, at any time you use it.
Not if you're an older lady.
Yeah,
like
not
if
if you
your
mean
auntie says that's how they talk, those weird old people that are
Fucking
ladies.
tea stinking.
I've never been offended by the smell of tea on an old lady. That's so brutal. Fucking classic tea stench an old lady. The tea is pleasant. It's the other
fucking Carole King loving.
Mothballs is the only thing I don't like about old people, and that's rare these days.
Cedar, the smell of cedar.
The
I'm all
person
right with
saying
the cedar smelling, man.
The person saying there has to be an old lady, and the person she's saying to has to be a little kid.
No. An older lady can there, an older gentleman.
An older black lady can there just about anybody.
Yep.
You're always a little baby to an old black lady.
Yeah. Which I don't have a problem with. Those are the people I want to get hugs from. Those and big Samoan ladies. Those are my favorite. I told you, the first time I went to Hawaii with Katie, I met this lady that worked in the restaurant and we became friends. and we hugged it out every time. And she like really liked me, and I really liked her. Like I didn't really like the hotel, but I would go back just to see her.
To a Southern old woman, you're a baby, a sugar, or a honey.
I'm okay with all
Which
of those.
I also enjoy. Yes,
Yeah.
I enjoy those.
See, that's why I wanted to. That's why I chose on yesterday's show. John Candy is one of the guys I would marry. He seems like a good hugger. Yeah.
You just kept talking about 69 and him and getting
I know.
That was one aspect of it.
Yeah.
But those two aspects of motorboating and 69ing John Candy, that makes no sense. There's not a hug in the world that could make me get over that.
Well, see, he would
with him.
hug me. He would give me like a big warm hug first,
and then
I would
you for
then I
life.
would titty fuck him.
Will said Southern woman. He's a Canadian man.
There is a bad kind of hug, though.
Yeah.
The bad hug.
Yeah, if there's humping.
Yeah, the one that gets you fired.
No. It's the I'm hugging you, but
Speak for yourself. That's a good hug. I don't get that many of those.
No, it's the hug of I'm hugging you, but I don't want to. Where you do a bunch of pats on the back, like, get
You know
off
what I
me.
don't like is when a girl hugs me and makes it really over the top that they don't want to touch genitals when it's so obvious I'm not going to fucking touch your genitals anyway, so you don't have to bend over and Eiffel Tower me.
The opposite can be weird too, though. I remember one time I just met some couple friends of friends. The girl was really cute, and we had met once, and we were kind of fast friends, but still, she did full like crotch on crotch, nice to meet you, goodbye hug in front of her dude, and I'm like, don't. Nobody is.
That's weird.
We don't need to.
She enjoys that.
Yeah, what
I'm
about
sure.
the okay, first two questions. Number one, how should two men hug? What should their hands be doing? Number two, what about the rub, the back rub?
I'll tell you this. Here's the criticalness to me. Mine is because I like hugging people, and there's like a dude like weird street thing where you'll slap hands and then slap backs that turned into. Now it's just like this weird thing where usually I'll just sort of hug somebody and try to get the hand thing out of the way completely.
Let's hug with our hands between
I
us.
just like when there's like there's like for me skateboard people there's like a little flick right before you hug them. I try not to do that.
Where's the flick?
Your
of the
fingers
hands.
flick each other right, like because you're supposed to be a handshake, but there's no handshake because you're gonna hug. So
See, I feel like that's the
instead you just slap and then slap the back at the same time.
It's
fucking
slap
ridiculous.
that leads into a hug
And it
is
happens
kind
all
of
day.
like the reminder to not go in for a smooch.
Well, I don't know why the hell you were kissing your friend.
Why do you need
But
that reminder?
See, I've noticed lately that
You don't shake, kiss, hug.
I have I fucking kiss hug Kyle Kingsbury. Like that turned into a thing because I noticed the difference with hugs with some men, and to me this was off-putting the first couple of times this happened. But when someone hugs me and their head touches my head, like they put
Like
their
a nuzzle?
they put their ear on my ear.
You
And
do like that or don't like it?
Well, at first when somebody did that, I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck? That was crazy
very
friendly."
personal.
Yeah, I'm like, that's almost gay or some shit, dude. You all right? But then with Kyle, he would like kiss me on the cheek. So then that kind of turned into I'm okay with that guy. And if I really like somebody, then I will hug them and my head will touch their head. But that's like when it's somebody that is more future thinking, not you know what I mean, somebody that isn't gonna go, whoa, what was that? Somebody who I know kind of is okay with that, and it's fun to love a man and not be weird about it and still, believe it or not, want to fuck or do anything like that. Like I really like that we can be fully grown, big tough dudes and hug each other and kiss each other on the cheek. I'm like, I like that. I like that I'm a part of that.
Is it India or Pakistan? Where do men hold hands? Is it Pakistan? Is it the Middle East?
Yeah, Samoans do it too.
It's a Middle Eastern thing because there's always that walk of shame that U.S. presidents do holding hands with a guy from Saudi Arabia.
Because it's a weird thing to think about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but lots of people do it. Though.
Hey, Tolly, let's go down to the food truck, and me and you go down there holding hands.
No,
well, that to me is just it's totally a cultural thing.
In Fiji, they all do it.
Yeah, it's just what you're used to.
Absolutely, of course.
Yeah,
it
I was
is.
in Fiji when I was in Tabarua and stuff. It was just dudes walking down the park, walking down through the palm trees, holding hands, and they were just friends.
It's yes,
and they were fully grown dudes.
and of
It's
course
weird.
it's cultural, but it seems very intimate. How intimate do you have to be holding hands?
I just don't think. I think it's just when you're raised to think that it's weird for two men to touch each other. That's why you don't do it. Like, why do I touch anybody's hand? Why do I touch my kids' hands? Why do I help it? Why do I hold anybody's hands? Because I like them. You know?
Where do you draw the line? I remember the first trip that I met my wife's great grandmother, who has since passed away. I liked
totally
her.
Hold her hand.
I liked her, and I was trying to make a good impression on her. And like we'd be walking downstairs, and she was very
Yeah, cool.
old.
You help her.
I
Fuck
didn't.
yeah.
I don't think I held her hand, but I would certainly. And this is Japanese, where they're even more physically reserved. You know, I'd grab her elbow and walk arm in arm and shit like that. And they lap that shit up.
And then did you use your middle finger to sort of like stroke her palm?
Well, my middle finger was busy.
Kevin, just save the.
God.
Just give it.
Gross.
Let it breathe. I'm joking.
That's not gross.
No, then I pooped and I
to
farted.
hint to your grandmother that you want to fuck her by flicking your finger on her palm. Are you serious? That's not gross.
That's just showing affection.
Your fiance's fucking grandmother. Come on, man. What level do we have to go to get gross here?
Just want to make her feel comfortable.
It's not comfortable.
Yeah, that's not comfortable to anybody.
Yeah, but you wouldn't. You know what? You would. That's funny you bring up an older person, Michael, because I think that I've done that with older guys. Like if you're an old man and you're rickety, I'll totally fucking help you. And there's no.
Yeah.
I just feel like like holding a person's hand to help them, and then there's holding the person's hand because you like them.
I would hold my dad's hand.
You know what? This is making me want to hold a guy's hand.
I would hold your
walking
dad's
down the
hand.
street.
You're not allowed to, but
I think that's his decision, Will.
It is. It's supposed to still be like a
I've
thing where
already
you all
discussed
agree.
it with him, and you're not allowed to.
Has anybody called me that didn't? It's weird. Nobody, maybe you didn't hear, but some people don't like hugs. You know you don't like hugs. Why? What happened to you? 855 Ellis 41. Hello, Ryan.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, man. You're okay with hugs, or what? You feel weird about women hugging? Is that what it says?
Yeah, sometimes, because, like, when women touch me, I feel like I'm going to get a boner in public.
How old are you, Ryan?
I'm 35.
35, and you think you might get a boner in public when a girl hugs you?
You should just beat off every time you're going to leave the house.
Are you deprived from sex, you think?
Oh, yeah, I mean, a little bit. You got to go through a dry spell, but sometimes that's how it is.
How dry? How long has it been?
It's been a couple years.
Man.
He's been married for 4 years.
Wait, he's not married.
And walking around boners are pretty resistible,
So
I
do
think,
you-
for most
wait,
adult men.
As a guy that does it, is 35, who hasn't been laid for a year and a bit or a couple of years, are you a guy that would be interested in one of them robot sex dolls or nah?
No, not at all.
No way. What about...
That's too creepy, too weird.
Did you hear them have them with Scottish accents now?
Hear that, Will?
You can get an Asian one with a Scottish accent. I don't know if you know that.
That'd be too weird for me.
Fuck me.
Fuck me, I'm originally from Tokyo.
In me dumper.
Oh, dude.
I'm loose.
Just say, wow, loose. Wow, now you're really getting me.
You're huge.
I'm huge and loose.
You're huge and I'm loose.
Fuck me.
That doesn't get you going, Ryan?
No, I'd be afraid I'd come in the thing, then all of a sudden it'd malfunction and fry my dong off.
Well, you're supposed to come in it. It's made for that.
Kevin, is this you?
It's waterproof.
I'm fucking that Scottish
No,
Asian
my luck
lady.
is malfunction, though.
So you don't feel lucky. Can I tell you that it's in getting some positive vibes about yourself is a better way to get laid. You don't want to always think you're unlucky. You want to think that you're lucky. You got to believe in yourself, and then women will be attracted to that, and then you won't get a boner when you get hugged by random women because you will have had sex with one of them.
Robot slump buster.
Hey, give it a go, man. You never know.
All right, thanks, dude.
Thanks, Ryan.
I used Batman as a teaching moment with my children last night.
Wait, last night?
Yes.
Aren't your kids old?
Yeah. But they still have things to learn.
What did Batman
I
think?
showed them the scene.
Wait, how old was one of the kids that you taught with Batman?
Like he's in his 40s. But I showed them that scene from Batman, the Dark Knight, where he goes into the restaurant to meet the guy who's later going to be Two-Face or whatever.
Yeah.
Harvey, blah, blah.
Yeah, he has such amazing confidence in that scene where he's like, hey, let's push these tables together. I think they will. I own the restaurant. He was like super confident. I was like, see, confidence, that's the thing that it really will make you attractive to.
Wasn't that more
a woman.
arrogance? Wasn't
Yeah,
he being
was
an
being an
arrogant?
asshole,
Didn't his girlfriends jump in the fountain like 3 seconds later, and he was like, "I fucking own it. Here's a check for the whole building or something."
No,
Like he was the biggest douche ever. Oh no, that's Batman himself. Sorry.
Well, Will is training his sons to fight the Joker, so
Right. Gotta
keep
ready.
it real.
The Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
See that?
Rachel, Natasha, Rachel.
Natasha.
Here we go.
Are you the
Prima ballerina for the Moscow Ballet.
Wow. Harvey's taking me next
I'm totally
week.
fucking up.
Really?
What's up?
So, you're into ballet?
Bruce.
Haha,
This is
eat it.
Harvey Dent.
The famous Bruce Wayne. Rachel's told me everything about you.
I certainly hope not. So, let's put a couple tables together.
I'm not sure that they'll let us.
Oh, they should. I own the place.
Yeah, there you go.
What a dick.
Awesome.
Has anybody explored the theory that the Christian Bale character in the Batman movies and American Psycho secretly exist in the same universe?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with it, but
I
it
mean,
does
they
change things
both-
if Batman is a psycho.
What do you mean? Of course he's a psycho.
If
He's a
he is,
murdering
yeah.
psycho.
Who goes around his living room beating, dismembering people while he listens to Genesis?
Okay, well, that was a little bit different, but don't tell me that in the end, the ultimate in organized murder is becoming Batman. That's the problem with murderers, is they go around just chopping people up and not thinking about shit. But if you had billions of dollars and you had caves and special things to get in and get out, you could murder everybody.
Well, traditionally,
Sure,
Batman doesn't kill anybody.
And it's a movie, Michael. It's based off something that is not like Batman, real Batman, actually murdered good people. Sure, he fought crime sometimes, but he was Batman. Sometimes he got drunk and he just like killed people he didn't like. Like Jesus.
I think we have some more hug haters on the phone.
Hug Haters Anonymous.
855 Ellis 41. We're talking hugs. Craig, what's up?
Hey, Ellis. Yeah, so I didn't get. I'm not comfortable getting hugs because I never received hugs as a child.
Yeah. So you don't like a hug from a man or a girl, right?
Right. It's just super awkward. Like I would like to like it, but it's so awkward for me that I just.
Yeah, it's awkward because you don't trust anybody because they've never done it. Well, why would they do it now?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
you need a face your fears type scenario and just
need-
hug everybody, like hug overload.
Do you live in California?
No, I live in Oregon.
Craig gets down here.
Craig, if you ever come down to California,
totally knows me.
we should hang out, and you can get to know me, trust me, and then we will hug it out.
Yeah, I'll hug your dick off.
Would you
See, that's going to make him not trust anybody. You got to leave the dick out of
yeah.
this.
Would you slow dance with a woman?
I mean, I have. Like, I slow dance with my wife. I'm married. But,
Do you hug her?
I don't know. But it's. Yeah, I hug my wife.
That's big of you.
But outside of her, it's super uncomfortable.
No man hugs for sure, right? That's super uncomfortable.
Actually, one of my hockey teammates gave me a man hug the other day, and it was pretty uncomfortable. But I really want to get better at it.
Everybody does.
You know.
May I suggest stepping out of your comfort zone and trying to give people hugs until you become comfortable with it? Because you deserve to be hugged, sir. Until you die, you don't want to miss out on all these hugs that are coming your way that you're not going to get for the rest of your days because you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, you should be one of those guys that stands on the corner with the sign that says free hugs.
No,
and
don't
just
do
hug
that. Don't
everybody.
do that. What's the worst that could happen? You can't get AIDS from hugs.
Right, and I'm not afraid about getting hugs, but what if I go to hug somebody and it's inappropriate because I don't even know the right time to give a hug? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
I
reckon
just go around like a weirdo hugging people.
you just gotta when you see one coming, you gotta be like, oh hell yeah, now's my chance to try something different and not feel uncomfortable. You don't just now go on a mission looking for hugs. That's a bad move. Just when you see it, you'll know it.
Yeah.
When they come in for it,
I still haven't figured it out.
Yeah, when they come in for it, you just got to embrace it. That's the difference. You got to be like, oh, we're going to do a hug off. Let's fucking go. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Get in there. Hold a man. Hold a woman. Embrace somebody.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck, dude.
And it should be pointed out, you are a psychiatrist.
I'm like, I know a psychiatrist.
Well, there you go. It's close enough.
There you go.
Yeah, that guy should, I think, talk to whoever's best friend is and talk to that person. Say, hey, look, I have this problem. Help me out with it, and hug it out.
It goes a long way.
Yeah.
Even when you think it's not going to go a long way, even when you've done one and you walk off, you're like, I don't know if that was a good idea. It was a good idea.
Especially if you get a good hugger.
I agree.
Yeah.
A great hugger can uplift your day. And think about that. That's like being like a doctor or some shit because you're going around making people's lives better. I mean, you don't have to go to med school. I heard that's pretty hard.
Like that movie where the lady makes the cow hugger.
There's no cow hugger.
There is.
Wait, a cow that hugs people?
No,
It's trying to fuck you if it's
machine
hugging
that
you.
hugs cows and people.
It hugs a cow. Does it kill the cow at the same time?
Okay, all I can
Lawnmower
tell you,
Man?
super pretty lady who got super cowboyed up and ugly, and now she gets hugged by a machine that was made for cows. You've
Is that
seen the movie.
the special lady?
Jewel.
Is she kind of
Yes, she has
special?
problems, and she needs a
That's,
machine to hug her.
Charlize
Claire Danes.
Theron?
Claire Danes!
Claire
Boom!
Danes.
Yes! What's
And
the
her
movie?
name was like, I don't know, something like Bing Boing Pwampum.
Yes, that's it. Bing Boing Pwampum.
Isn't Claire Danes on, what's the show that's on Hulu or some shit that she's on where the government spy?
Homeland.
That's
there you
Claire
go.
Danes.
Who?
Homeland on
Yeah,
Showtime.
that's my wife's making me start watching that. I'm not going to take responsibility for any of that shit, but that was a good call. It's a good show. I like that.
Last season starts in a couple months.
Andrew. Something to warm my tush with.
Real quick, how far into that show are you? Because the first couple
I'm all
seasons
the way up.
are insane.
I'm all the way up.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm waiting for new ones.
And what's the name of the cow hugger movie?
Temple Grandin.
No,
Right?
that's not the name of the movie.
Hmm.
What's the
Well,
movie?
Is it me and Orson Welles?
No. Come on, cow hugger.
Terminator
Temple
3:
Grandin
Rise of the
I
Machines.
thought you were
is
gonna call
described-
Tully something for a second.
Right.
I was like,
What?
whoa.
What is it?
Temple Grandin is described as an autistic woman who has become one of the
Yeah.
top scientists in the humane
Yeah.
livestock handling industry. But you
Yes.
said no.
Wait, is that her name or is that the name of the movie?
Both.
Okay. So that's the name of the movie, I guess. No wonder I couldn't remember it.
Hey,
It's a biography. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
real quick, I posted something about ayahuasca the other day, and everybody's pretty pumped on that. A lot of people keep hitting me up about where to go, and I got somebody to come to my house, so I hit up Aubrey about places to go. So if anybody wants to reach out to places, I'll give it to Andrew, and you can post it on the show's Twitter, because I can't just answer everybody, but I did, and these are the places that those guys go to, and these are the places that I will go to in the future. And then the other thing I was going to say that made me realize I was reading my third book this morning, and I never read the first one because I started to read the first one before I was going to go on the Stern Show, and the start of it is when I got molested by my dad, and I just was like, oh my God, this is the suckiest book for me to read ever.
Right.
And it flinched me from trying to read the rest of it.
Yeah, you should just start on chapter 2 then.
Yeah, no, I should have, exactly, yeah, but instead I was like, ooh, maybe I've breezed through a couple of things, but that's where I kind of remember my book having in it. But I read stuff this morning, and it's funny because I've now read maybe 4 or 5 books in my time, and I've read a friend of mine's book who I remember reading Drew's book and go, man, this guy is, no wonder people like his book. He's just really good with what he says, It's like an interesting tale. And I don't know because I didn't read the first one, so I can't compare it, and I know Tully wrote it, but Tully's writing it with my words and then adding stuff that kind of make me seem even sharper. And I was like, wow, this is really good. This is a really interesting book with like tons of stories in there. And then I remembered, because people keep asking me about the ayahuasca thing, and I remember that I told Tully, as hard as I can fucking tell that story, like I don't want to do it ever again. That's as much as I can tell about the tough parts of the medicine, what I went through.
Right.
And I'm like, man, well, that'll be a hell of a tale in there. And then I was like, there's audio of it. And I thought, we're going to do an audio book. And I was going to ask Michael, is there any way that the audio that you got, can that be it? Or do I have to do that again?
Oh, right.
I'll have to do it again.
No, there's no reason. Well, it's up to you. There's no reason why we couldn't use that audio.
I think you can make it actually extra interesting that way by combining it with the real audio.
Yeah, okay. Because it was, I was tired after. I never really, it's funny how I know what I thought. I just don't try to dwell on it too much. I'm like, yeah, well, that happened and we're working past it now, But then to tell the story again, I was like, man, It was hard.
Is there any? I mean, ayahuasca's got to be illegal, right?
What? No.
It's not.
No.
Huh. Okay, never mind then. I would just
you can get it at Target.
That was the other thing. I saw some people commenting saying, "I wish I just know where to get it." You don't get it and go home and take it and then wake up cured from anything.
I want to go to the club with it though.
Yeah, don't. These places that I'm gonna get Andrew to post, they're in Peru and Costa Rica, and these are places, sanctuaries where you go. And you know, there's a diet that you have to go on. If you're on antidepressants, you have to get off antidepressants. You have to do 3 weeks to a month, and then you have to eat clean, and you know, no drinking and all that kind of stuff, or it won't work. So it's not easy.
It is illegal across the board in the United States.
Oh well, I never did.
Yeah, and I was thinking.
Yeah, it was part of the Louisiana State Act number 159.
Right, so that would work.
Signed into law June 28th. Oh, wow. 14 years ago today.
Yay.
14 years ago.
Yeah. I would have thought, when you were saying you're going to tell people places to go, I thought you were talking about, like, oh, you know, well, here's a place on Santa Monica or whatever. So
yeah, well, no,
that was
makes sense, right? That they're in another country?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's all coming together now. We've all figured it out. So I guess that's where you go. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
Looks like it's legal across the board in Italy, Netherlands, Peru, Romania, Costa Rica, Brazil. Looks like that's about it.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of tales of people that were on meds that got off meds permanently from doing that stuff. I know I only did it a year ago, so
I wonder what
who
the
knows?
stats
Maybe
are.
I'll get depressed and get back on antidepressants, but I feel pretty good.
I wonder what the actual stats are on all that. Like, you know, what percentage of people say it was, you know, the most amazing thing ever happened to me. How many people have a bad experience, or, you know, all that stuff. Health and mental health.
Well, obviously the chicken egg about it being illegal is, I don't know why, just because things are illegal, you can't research them. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of drugs that you're not allowed to give people because they're still being researched.
Right.
But you can't get answers to your questions scientifically because it's illegal.
Right.
Right, because they don't do the test things on it, like with
it's
the
illegal.
marijuana and all that
exactly,
shit.
Yeah. They couldn't test shit with weed. Like, what happens to people when they smoke weed? Because it was illegal.
We're talking hugs. Thomas, welcome to the show, man.
How's it going?
Good. What's your deal with hugs? You got a problem with them?
I just hate people, like random people touching me at all.
Why?
Or even brushing up against me. I don't know.
You've just
Just like,
always
I don't-
hated it? See, you're the kind of guy, that's what I'm saying, where it just seems like people touching you is annoying. You don't want anybody to touch you. Do you like your,
If I
your
don't
mother?
know you, don't touch me.
Do you like your mother to hug you?
Yeah, it's just people I don't know. If I don't know you or
But what
don't
about? Well, I know
really
you're
like
saying you don't know, but I'm not talking about going into into a public train or anything and start hugging everybody. I'm talking about people you know, people that you love in your life. Do you hug them?
Only really, really close people, like my mom, my kid, my sister.
How old's your kid?
4.
When he's 25, will you hug him?
Yeah, of course.
Right,
But
but
like,
you won't hug your
maybe
friends.
My aunt, like maybe one of my aunts or my friends. Like,
Okay, you hug your friends.
yeah, but if I don't usually like that. Like, if they hug me, it's awkward. But
Well, the part where he loses me, because I feel the same way about, you know, I don't want a stranger to touch me, but accidentally brushing against somebody is no problem. That's where I find it odd.
Yeah, there's something angry in there, and I feel like to cure it would be to face it and sort of go above and beyond in the hugging thing to get past it. Because like I said to that other guy, you don't want to spend your whole life being weird about being close to other souls, Are
you single?
yeah, I've been married, but
he's got a kid.
Like there's a waitress at my mom's work that I've known pretty much my whole life,
Mm-hmm.
and she walked up to me and she's like, "Give me love," and tried to hug me, and I'm like, "Get off of me!" Like, I
Oh
don't-
my God!
Yeah, see, that's ridiculous. You got like some pain in there. You don't want to let anybody in. Did your ex-girlfriend or your baby mama say that you had like any issues with being romantic or anything?
No, just I have a problem with like being like really close to people. I keep people at a distance.
Right, there you go. Do you, and do you want to live the rest of your life like that? Because it sounds like it's not working out.
No, not really. Like, I don't mind it. And if you really know me, like, we can be close. Maybe it's been in the past few years that it's been like that.
You're shutting down more as you get older.
Yeah, the older I get, the less I want to have friends and the less.
Wow. Well, you can't do that, dude. That's a bad road to go down. You were supposed to go the other way.
Are you adventurous sexually?
Very.
What are you, hitting on him or
I'm
something?
like Jason.
Do you get down?
Wait, you're
Yeah,
like
you get
me?
down, homie?
Wait, if he's saying he's like me, then yeah, he fucking gets down.
Yeah.
I get down, bro.
Oh, God. Well, maybe that's what's depressing you a little bit. You sure you're doing it for the right reasons? Because there was times there where I wasn't.
Yeah, I think maybe it's been in the last, 5 years. Life's changed a lot.
Because usually
I became single.
Usually somebody has a problem with intimacy when in their childhood someone betrays their trust or leaves them suddenly, and it's
No, I've always found it weird to hug guys because of the abusing. It's like I can't decipher between are you raping me or are you my friend?
Right.
You know.
I don't really have trust for too many people.
Yeah, but I'm advising you, man, as a scarred baby, I'm advising you to break that chain and move and try something different, even if it's uncomfortable, because I feel like the only thing I'm sad, but I can move on past it. But I've spent many, many years being cold and frigid to people when I could have been loved and loving back. And that's the way to live. It's better than the other one. I've done the other one. I know it. I didn't have to read it. I know it.
Actually, you talking about things, when you talk about, stuff like that on the radio, I feel like we have similarities, younger you and me, have similarities, and I'm learning from what you talk about and what you go through,
Well, I appreciate that. It's good to know that I'm helping, but I would Google some smarter people as well. Just never know. But just, definitely try different things.
For you guys.
Go for it.
I have a scream fart. Where do I send that?
He has a what?
Scream fart.
A scream fart.
You would send those to submittoellis@gmail.com. And, of course, you have a video of that, right?
Yes, sir.
Fuck yeah, Thomas. You're the man.
I could hug you, Thomas.
Yes, I would definitely hug you. And you're going to win a lot of stuff. Remember, a lot of stuff for the winner of this. It's very hard to do. If done properly, can't be defeated.
I have hugged all of you before, by the way. We've all hugged.
Oh, what, at Ellis Mania or something?
No, in Salt Lake, I met you guys. We ate at a restaurant and drank some fucking...
the burger spot, right?
The car bombs.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Who was the best hugger?
Andrew.
Wow. You like hugging Andrew.
He does have the biggest arms.
I really enveloped him, I guess.
Oh.
It's like getting a hug from Big Bird.
Pulled you into his bosom.
All right, Thomas, we'll keep on trucking, dude. Thanks for calling in.
All right. You guys have a good one. I'll keep listening.
Yep. There is Thomas. Can't wait to see Scream Fart. I'm so excited about that.
He can scream fart on video.
It's hard to do, man.
Don't hug him.
Steve, welcome to the show, Steve.
Hey, what's going on, Ellis? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Right on.
So, so I had a question about this ayahuasca thing. I've been listening to it for many years, trying to change my life, putting the positive, right direction, new career, starting over. I understand you said you got to, make a lifetime change, like eat healthy, live healthy, clean for a month and all that. But new job, I can't really take a week off. Is ayahuasca, if I flew to Costa Rica or something and tried to do this, is that something you could do in 3 days, or do I have to take a week off or to go down there and really experience it for the right way?
I think you can do there's different there's people that do it for 7 days, so you can do 3 days for sure. You would just have to call them. You would have to call them, explain your work, your whole scenario, and they would cater to you. But I don't think you can do less than 3 days because it's kind of like a process. First day you got introduced to it. The second day you do a little bit more work. But I could be wrong. I'm not. I'm not that. I have only done it one time, so I would just check with those people. But they want to help. I think 3 days you could do it.
The way you talk about it sounds like something I want to do, and I got some demons I want to get rid of. It sounds like a great way to do it. A nice natural way to get rid of shit that you want to get out there. But I guess I gotta wait a year or two, get the sick days, and take a sick day from work and go down and experience it the right way. Clean up the system, get the body working right, and go do it. Sounds like the right thing to do. Just that was my question. It's like 3 days or a week,
Yeah, I think you could do it in 4 for sure. Because you need a day to travel.
4? Oh, yeah, that was kind of my question. Okay. All right, cool. No, I appreciate everything you do. I've been listening to you since you started, so keep it up, brother.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Have a good one. There you go. There's a lot of people that want to talk about hugs, but I don't know if I want to keep going there. Are there more confrontable hugging guys, straight man? I don't know.
All right.
There was a guy I saw him before. I don't think he's there, but he said he doesn't enjoy hugs because of the smell. That really confused me.
Wow.
Wait, so everybody he's ever hugged is stinky?
Maybe he doesn't enjoy the smell of hair?
No, I think it just has to be like the natural odor of human beings. It doesn't have to be a bad thing.
It was more about perfume.
Oh, he doesn't like scents.
So,
okay.
So it's girls then, right?
All the rubbing up against each other.
Oh, that guy for sure smells like shit.
I am mildly interested in line 7.
Okay.
Andrew.
Hey, Andrew. What's up?
Yo, what up, man?
How you doing?
Hey, Michael is right about what he said the other day of Colombia. You're going over there. There's certain parts of Colombia that is okay and certain parts, but if you're going to do a surgery, I'm sure the doctor recommended a hotel.
Yeah, no, I'm in the
Yeah.
yes, I am taking care of
But
when it comes to
Colombia is an excellent. Hey, if you can, what part are you going? Medellin?
Yes.
Or where you going?
Yes, what you
So
just said.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The mountains, everything over there is beautiful.
Awesome.
You don't have to be afraid, but I do recommend, whatever you said on Instagram that the guy told you about your jewelry, be careful. You don't want to flash it into no.
Don't want to flash anything. What about hugging? Can I hug people there?
Oh, you can hug everyone, and the women are beautiful. The food is delicious. All of that is okay. You'll be all right, man.
All right.
Gotcha. Andrew,
no reason to be afraid.
Andrew, let's talk hugging.
Hugging?
Yes. Why did you call us?
No, well, I just told that to Bennett, that fucking idiot, so he can let me get through.
Man.
So you do not belong to a cuddling group that's only men?
He'll be fine.
So you're a dirty liar? Why should we trust anything you say about Colombia?
I know, he's all right.
You make a good lawyer.
All right. Is there anything else I need to know about Colombia?
The women are beautiful. I know you like to make other women.
I gotta go, Andrew. I gotta go.
And you definitely want to go exploring in the most remote part of the jungle you can.
See everything.
Every square inch.
Do you
that
think
was particularly interesting phone call?
I know that you're not going to do this, but if you're a Colombian and you just you know more than a tourist, but you're not particularly connected, and you go out to a nightclub and you buy some blow, are you getting pure blow? Like, why would it be stepped on?
Oh, Charlie.
What?
That is the worst train of thought ever. I just don't need to. I don't know. I'm not going.
I think the only way you're getting pure blow is if you know a high-up dealer. Because the only reason you get stepped on is to make more of it so you can make more money, right?
Do they have dirt coke in Colombia?
Well, yeah.
If it's so plentiful,
yeah.
Why would anybody cut it when you got it from the source?
Well, I know every step of the way it gets cut, and every step of the way the price increases by 10.
Yeah.
So at a certain point, can't you just say, no, I don't want the shitty $10 Coke. I'll pay for the good $20 Coke.
You'll still get the shitty Coke, and they'll take more money. But
give me that dank blow.
I actually have the answer to your question, Tully, in my news.
What? Oh,
in my news, that question will be answered
later today.
Yes.
God, I got a boner for your tease.
Yeah, let's hug.
So, UFC.
Teasing any boners?
You're teasing a news story, and it's getting me chubby.
Big card this weekend.
Yeah, and then an even bigger one the following weekend. But
These
first,
guys are going to hug it out hard.
Yeah, Junior Dos Santos has vowed that he will knock out Francis Ngannou and then pursue a boxing match against Deontay Wilder.
Well, if he knocks out Francis Ngannou, sure. Why not? Why doesn't Justin Bieber fight Tom Cruise, and why doesn't Junior Dos Santos fight, and why doesn't Steve Howie fight me? He DM'd me back, by the way. Steve,
oh, yeah?
Yeah. He said that he's in, and but he has another season of Shameless. So I guess that would mean next year. but it also sounded like, he was like, maybe we could meet at the gym, because I said, how trained are you? Because I train a lot. And he's like, I train. Maybe I could come to your gym and we could spar. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know. I said, I gave him my number and said, okay.
Do people ever do that? People that are going to fight spar beforehand?
I'm sure that's happened before. I mean, in pros, there's people that have sparred against each other and then they end up fighting each other. So, and same as MMA.
He just can't hurt his moneymaker,
Well, it's like I did a freaking High and Dry podcast with David Arquette this morning, and they were just saying it's like there's publicists involved. And when there's publicists and agents with this guy, doesn't matter how much Steve Howie wants to fight you. Those people are going to stop it. And, I mean, I had a taste with Tully trying to fight freaking Tyler Posey. Yep. They just cut it off. They just ended it. They were just like, no, he's Teen Wolf. You can't do it. I'm like, what do you mean? How can you say it now?
The studio would most likely shut it down because they have a vested interest in his face not being cut up and banged up.
Well,
then maybe you shouldn't go around spracking off on the Covino and Rich show that you're going to fight people.
You guys should spar and just see how he is.
Because that's all it is. You don't at least put on the end of it that you are joking. That's all. What are you looking at, Kevin? What are you so frustrated about?
No, I'm just looking at the IMDb page for Shameless. Yeah. Because I remember reading a while back that this next season is going to be the final season.
Yeah.
And it looks like the first episode of it is going to air sometime in the next 5 or 6 months. And once that airs,
that means
it's done.
They've already filmed the
Wait,
season if they start airing the first episode.
They do? Because a lot of times
he said he was filming this season like right now.
A lot of times people still keep filming a season even though it started airing on television. The two are not necessarily related to each other.
That's true. I feel like when you're talking about like a traditional like sitcom network or even like an hour-long drama, I feel like they would be doing those on a weekly basis. I get the impression that when it's more of like a prestige thing that they bang them all out and then they start airing them.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
especially it's 12 episodes.
I'm sure there's exceptions to both. The Junior Dos Santos thing I found kind of interesting, the boxing thing, because he doesn't mince words. He said that years ago he had reached out to one of the Klitschkos to box him, and the Klitschko was like, yeah, cool, let's do it. And so he was supposed to go beat, who did he lose to? Kane, I think.
Yeah.
And he's like, cool, I'll go beat Kane, and then we'll box, and everybody will love it. And he's like, and then I got destroyed by Kane, and nobody gave a shit about seeing me fight a Klitschko. And he goes, and then Connor came along, and he's like, look, we all have different things we're good at. Connor's really good at hyping things up. It's just not really my game. But this is something that I've wanted to do. He's like, yeah, it looks like I'm stealing his thunder. He did it better than I'm going to do it. But I've always thought I could box one of these guys. I wanted to fight a Klitschko, and he's like, I look at Deontay, and I think he's kind of wild, and I got a chance.
Well,
I'm not saying he's right, but
Junior's a really good boxer.
Yeah.
When you're a heavyweight, things are different than when you're the Conor weight. Like any punch can end the fight. And yeah, he's right. Deontay does swing wild shit.
And he also is
he might actually be less like technique-wise a boxer than Junior.
It's funny. Go ahead.
How would you compare like cardio for Junior Dos Santos for a UFC fight versus Deontay in a boxing fight?
Well, I'm not know that. The only thing I would know is what Conor went through, and Conor is kind of a gassing machine anyway. But I do.
But from your experience, you've done both.
Yeah, but I've not. Doing 12 rounds is totally different.
So much.
Or 10 rounds. Fuck yeah. But you mean, and then there's that body adjustment which that Deontay has and that Junior doesn't, but. I don't think Junior wants to go 10 rounds. I think Junior wants to knock him out in the first 3 or 4. And if you're as big as Junior Dos Santos, you can talk like that. He could fucking knock you out.
For some weird reason, just the way that he talked about it made this feel like less of a gimmicky thing. I felt like every other MMA guy who was just like, oh, I'm the champ, Stipe is like, who can I fight? It's like, oh, you're just doing the Conor thing. This just sounded like, yeah, this is a sporting event. Put it on. Let's see what happens.
It's just right now there's so much heat on the heavyweight boxers actually have guys that they have to fight. As much as I love MMA, I don't want Junior involved in this. I need these other 3 people or 4 people to box each other. Fuck off with the super fight MMA thing. Do that later. I need real guys right now.
Would you have wanted Jose to not re-sign his UFC contract and actually go into boxing as he was talking about?
No. You're not that good. I mean, you're really good at MMA, but you're not. It's way different. It really is. You can't. He's very fast and he's very athletical, but I think that's the difference. When you're not a really heavy guy, a lot of boxers, even big heavyweight boxers, some of them were having title shots and not really having 10 or 15 years of training. It's just, if you're a heavyweight that's really athletical, you can be a heavyweight fighter. And Junior can really box. He's really good at boxing.
I don't know if anything else about the Fight Night card draws your attention. There's also a pay-per-view next weekend.
That's the big one, huh?
Yeah, that's John Jones also looking past his fight.
Yeah, well, I don't blame
against
him.
Thiago Santos and saying he would move up to heavyweight and become yet another champ if the UFC were to financially incentivize that for him.
Well, he's out of all the people that have ever been champ, he's the one that I think is the easiest person to be champ.
Mm-hmm.
He is better than everybody.
Mm-hmm.
No, Amanda Nunes is awesome. But John Jones is even more awesome and even more unstoppable. So why not?
Yeah.
And then Ben Askren and George Masvidal. I'm going to watch the hell out of that one. That's going to be fun. Oh, Luke Rockhold. Is this Luke Rockhold's first light heavyweight day?
So going up to 205?
Yeah.
How heavy do you think John Jones would end up being if he fought in heavyweight?
I don't think now that he can't do any pinctograms, maybe he'd only go up like 10 or 20 pounds.
So like he'd max out at like 225?
I think so. I don't think he'd want to be any bigger.
Right.
Didn't Randy Couture, wasn't he like 220 when he was the heavyweight champion?
Yeah, he was not close to that 265.
Right, and
limit.
he's fucking 6 feet tall. He's nowhere near the size of John Jones. So what? I don't think he would. I think he could, if he cut to 205 and then he fought a guy who was heavyweight, he'd still win.
But like you're looking at Dos Santos is like 245 for his weight. That's not a crazy thing. It's only 20 pounds difference if Dos Santos faced off with John Jones. That's not insane, right?
No. And they're all cutting, Thiago, what he's probably like 220, 240 walking around, normal. I think they all cut. I just think that John Jones is so much better than everybody, and so who cares?
Well,
Eat
that
a
was
burger,
the thing, like,
be skinny, I don't care. Get a sword, get a bat. He's gonna beat you.
Lesnar and Mark Hunt would cut to that 265 limit,
And
so
they
they'd
would
be
be
walking like 280.
destroyed by him.
Right.
Big fat well, not I shouldn't say Mark Hunt, but it would be because he has whichever thing those two don't have. One of them can't punch or kick, so John Jones will punch and kick Brock Lesnar to death, and the other one can't wrestle or do jiu-jitsu, so he would just put him on his ass and choke him out in 2 seconds.
I saw a headline that Dana White wanted to try and get John Jones's one loss scrubbed.
Yeah, no, I heard that too. I think it's fair. I mean, it was an illegal elbow that was kind of bullshit in the first place, so he didn't lose at all. If that makes it shinier, because he is undefeated,
yeah,
and it does look, it would be cool to say that. I guess everyone would be very cool. He sounds more devastating, but who cares? Shouldn't have elbowed him like that, right, Will?
That's right.
I remember when it happened. You were angry about it.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Let's not
believe
get
that
Will
shit.
anymore pissed.
I will tear up this place.
No, we don't have to shred this place up.
Full of anger.
Yeah, calm down, Will. It's over now.
I'm so mad.
Somebody reverse that one on his thing before Will flips a lid.
And he always seems to get in trouble for, like,
steroids
testing stuff, right?
Who does?
John Jones?
I think he said he's been tested like 30 times in the past month leading up to this fight. And he just got licensed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. So the fight's a go. It's not going to get moved to L.A. last minute like one of his fights last year's.
Oh, yeah, we were able to go to that because of that picogram.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Pinctograms. That was a good deal right there.
Awesome. I wasn't going to Vegas.
Yeah, wow, I didn't even realize that I owe Pinctograms.
Is that the Satan worship thing?
Yes, I'm a Satan worshiper.
It's like it's a very tiny satanic car.
We're talking about Steve Howie and the boxing thing. I don't know if you saw it, but Simon Woodstock has made an appearance on all social medias. He's made a Twitter account and an Instagram account.
MySpace.
And he's made hats that say, I'm fighting Jason Ellis.
Friendster. He's all over the place.
So I feel like, but I did see him post saying, that's it, me and Ellis are going to fight Ellis Mania 19 next year in October. And I'm like, no, dude, it's this October. I feel like I'm getting bum rushed a little bit. I'm not sure what to do here.
By Simon?
No, just I don't know if I thought I was gonna do Ellis Mania in Vegas in 2020. So I think I might still lean towards doing it in Austin because I just want to do the big one right, you know?
Yeah.
Give Steve Howie like a year, but we'll see if Simon Woodstock actually wants to fight me in 3 months. He might not want to. But I did kind of convince David Arquette to maybe be involved in some wrestling. He was kind of talking, I also don't believe this, that the guy that cut his jugular accidentally but kind of on purpose, the wrestling guy that he was working with, they are not friendly with each other, and David Arquette wants to fight him in a fight.
A real fight.
Yeah,
like boxing.
A real fight. Yeah, like a boxing fight.
Wow.
I don't know how serious he is, but
I wish people would stop playing with our emotions like that.
well, it's everybody's interested until they find out that they might have to get punched in the face and suck on a lung. That's the other one. You know, when you get into those second rounds and you find in that the burn.
Oh yeah.
And you realize that nothing's more. You're tired. You go, stop! I can't do it anymore. What about if someone's going to keep punching you in the face if you don't start doing it? That's the cardio that people, day-to-day people don't know what that's like.
Yeah, Will and I felt that burn pretty strong.
Yeah, I'm so pissed I didn't get to see
I think
that.
I basically was trying to lean on Kevin's face to
think
hold
there's-
myself up, and he fell. I mean, it was more like I pushed him over, really.
It's still crazy that you
So
knocked him down. I can't believe you did that. I didn't get to
I
see it.
legitimately knocked him down one time, but the time when he went down the second time was really like, oops. I was like, every muscle, everything in me was just like, please go down.
You're mean, Will.
I did punch a boogie out of your nose.
Yeah, man. You
Oh yeah, I got a
snot
little.
out on me.
I got
Wait, really? There was a boogie hanging out of
No. It was all across my face.
Oh really?
He knocked the snot out of me.
No, I knocked a little bit of snot out of Levy. I'll never forget the way that looked.
Oh, man, I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
What is this Twitter account that you've got up?
That's the guy that tried to murder David Arquette, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Nick Gage,
Right.
Yeah, apparently he's not
AKA
well thought of.
the god of ultraviolence.
Right. So he might. The thing is he might be too tough for us to get David Arquette into beat his ass shape, and if that's the case, then we won't take the fight. But if I can get some video of seeing what this guy has and maybe see where David can go, maybe we can get ourselves a match. But he does look kind of tough.
I think he's spent time in prison.
Yeah, but that doesn't help you box. Might help you box a little bit.
Toughen you up a little bit.
Well, the thing is, if you're a tough
According
guy,
to
then you don't.
Ludacris.
Your heart rate doesn't go up as much when you have fights with people because you fight all the time. So there's that. But if you're terrified and you trained your fucking ass off, well then so what? You can blow your load, but you trained your ass off, so you can just keep going. It's the great thing about training. So I'm just watching videos of him smashing the shit out of people on glass. This is really, yeah, I don't want this guy. I don't want this guy there. I don't know. Anyway.
That guy loves playing with glass and fucking barbed wire.
It might be better to just have Dave there for a couple of suplexes and call it a day. TJ wants advice on son that join MMA gym. I do not know about MMA. All MMA gyms are good if you haven't started, and you got to find your own way. But it's, you find an MMA gym that's near your house. That's the first one you go to.
Does he want his kid? Is he pushing his kid into it, or does
yeah,
the
they
kid want to?
Oh, no, you don't push him in.
No.
Wait, all right, now I'll take it. TJ.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Your kid wants to go to the gym, right?
Yeah, so he's 14 years old.
Yeah.
He's really good at wrestling. He wrestles in his middle school, won conference and regionals and everything.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
and he came up. Yeah, so he's got a wrestling background. So he came up to me and he says, "Hey, Dad, I want to join an MMA gym."
He's like, and I want to train, and when I'm old enough, I want to fight.
Yeah,
so
well,
I didn't know how young is too young to say, yeah, dude, go ahead and get your ass kicked. That's fine.
well, he's not going to get his. If 14-year-olds don't get their ass kicked, they go to an MMA gym. They just train. They don't spar. Nobody's punching anybody. And if I was you and I found out that they were doing that, I would not go to that gym anymore. 14-year-olds, in my opinion, shouldn't spar.
That's where I was at. I love the training and the everything and the cardio.
You can
and
do
going
hit
after it.
pads. You can do light stuff, but you know he's going to be learning how to kickbox, learning jiu-jitsu, learning how they all go together, and that involves hitting pads. It doesn't involve. You don't spar people until you're 4 or 5 years into it.
You got to learn how to get out of holds and stuff, right? So you'd have
Yeah,
to.
there's so much he can do from 14 to 20 before he needs to start getting cracked in the head. That's my opinion anyway. And he would also know in the first 3 or 4 years whether he actually wants to do it where you get cracked in the head.
Yeah, because he's a big dude, too. I mean, he's like I said, 14. He's going to be a freshman in high school, and he's already 5'10" and 180. He's solid. So
right.
I have no problem with his body. In wrestling, you get somebody on the ground, I'm comfortable. I just standing up toe-to-toe with somebody is what I was worried
You're not
about.
doing that. You're not doing that. Yeah, like if you're not. Yeah, if the gym says, "Yeah, man, we're every Friday we're sparring and we want your son to be there," you say, "What? Dude's never trained. You want him to get clacked in the head by people? Nah, dude, that's stupid."
Well, maybe I'll send in a tape to Ellis, get an Ellis Mania, so he can see what it's like to get knocked out when you guys kick my ass.
Yeah, he's not getting hit at my event. I'll tell you that. He can watch.
Just saying, I'll come out to Ellis Mania and get punched in the face so you can see what it's like.
All right, TJ. I'll see you there. Later, mate.
Good idea. That's going to work against him, though, that his son is so big,
Why?
because he'll have to fight older kids.
Why is that bad?
Because they'll be older.
It's good for you, though. When it's tougher, it makes you better. Remember?
All right.
You don't want it easy. Easy road people are breakable.
You also don't want it to where it crushes you.
You also don't want your kid fighting somebody who's 4 years older than him just because it's the same size as them.
My 14-year-old's going to fight a 19-year-old
If
kid.
you're just doing jiu-jitsu with somebody that's older, that's like good for you. It's good to learn how to move around using technique because you realize that you can't use your power because every time you go to power, he powers back and beats that. And that's really the key of jiu-jitsu.
Right.
You're supposed to do all these things that don't involve muscle is technique so that you can fold somebody up who's stronger than you. That's the point. And in the boxing thing, like I said, if you've just started and they recommend you start punching each other in the face, that's pretty dumb. I really think that there's a very dumb gym that recommends that people that just started start sucking each other in the jobbers. Unless you fight if you fight the coach, that's different.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't sting you and you can try and swing everything you've got at him and he's laughing at you. This is a good session.
Unless the coach beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, yeah, good point. Yeah, no, if you keep getting punched in the face really hard from coach.
If you keep getting Cobra Kai.
Yeah. You gotta say, coach.
Yeah.
Let's go back to jiu-jitsu. Right. Oh, there's the other one, jiu-jitsu. If you get choked out by coach, you gotta go to another gym.
Yeah.
It's not cool, man. You're not supposed to do that.
Next on the show, a visit from Will Pendarvis.
Yes, we're gonna hug. It's gonna be great.
Faction Talk. Sirius XM 103.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Jason Ellis. Do you like pussy?
Pussy is arguably not G-rated.
Right. Do you like girls? Do you like cool shit? Do you like the inside of people's holes?
The shit in the holes thing might not.
I didn't say shit.
Yeah, you did. You don't even know you say shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
See?
Do you like shitting in people's holes? You can't say that, Jason.
Yeah, no, you can't
I
say
said that? Man, who does that?
Jason Ellis Show. Right here on Faction Talk. Or online and on demand anytime on the
Fuck you
Sirius
guys.
XM app.
Fucking bullshit bumper.
Will's news.
Fucking hate.
Will's news.
It's still going.
Tails of your heads, motherfucker.
No.
It's the news Tully's been waiting for. Great news for Tully, terrible news for everybody else.
How pure is your cocaine?
Fresh
Man, you gotta
reports.
stop. It's gonna rub off on me. I'm gonna say it to the wrong person in Colombia.
Fresh reports on illegal drug use from the United Nations. And the
Everybody's doing it. It's the coolest.
And the European Union show that, as we talked about, the cocaine market is growing rapidly.
That is fresh.
They also say that a lot of that has to do with technology. And in fact, in the report, they call it the Uberization of the cocaine trade.
People are getting Uber bumps?
Well, they're getting sent or brought to them through technology easily. They said the cocaine resurgence is being fed by a growing supply of cocaine. The estimated global manufacture of the drug hit an all-time record of about 2 tons, the latest year that we have data for. The main reason is that production in Colombia more than tripled between 2013 and 2017. 2 other factors that should make you happy. Tully.
You know what we need, Will?
What?
Something I like to call a war on drugs.
Here's 2 factors that might be news to you, Tully. The oversupply means that Coke is a lot cheaper. And according to the UN, it's the purest Coke in more than a decade.
Shout out to the UN doing gummers.
Yeah, they actually kind of said the same thing you did, which is, with or Jason did, with so much supply, there's no need to cut it up.
Wow.
Don't gotta step on no shit.
Well, it would have been good, but it's too late now.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm happy for all you kids out there with your pure cocaine.
I do like 3 bumps every 3 years just to remind myself that has no place in my life. Not that it
Yes.
ever really did.
Well, mission
Just to
accomplished.
Remind me how terrible it is.
Kinda. Yeah, it's like weed. I have to do that every couple of years to remind myself how terrible that is. For me. Cocaine's wonderful for many other people. But you're making me want to do those bumps again.
Sorry.
What's that app you say?
So, Jason, how interested are you in the whole artificial intelligence and the deepfakes thing?
I'm not very interested in it.
Until now.
Okay.
A newly developed artificial neural network is fed a normal photograph of a person and outputs a normal picture of the person naked.
So?
That's kind of interesting.
But it's not real.
Yeah, how
So
how
from
exactly?
here on out, wait, does that mean I can post my naked backflip and say it wasn't me, it was virtual?
It was a neural network.
I got neural networked. God damn it, I got neural networked again. Here's my nude backflip.
An anonymous technology enthusiast has created the technology which is able to undress a fully clothed person with a couple of clicks. It's called Deep Nude, and we have a few examples for you
Oh no.
of stars. And of course, they've blocked out the actual nipples and stuff on these.
Why?
What the fuck is the point?
I don't. Yeah, what happened?
On these pictures, because they're news pictures, they're not going to show nipples.
But where's the goddamn real ones?
Yeah, what the fuck are we doing?
You can't make deep nudes and then not
Is
show
there-
the bitches.
is there a
the whole
version
fucking point
of
when
it
we
where
did
it actually shows nudity?
Yes, it does. But none of
this
this
is the
news
nudity that I can
story.
look
We've
at.
made a
because
horror movie, but now we cut out the scary
Right,
parts.
yeah. The guy dies. Trust
You're
me, it's
just
really bad.
Educating yourself about it. You can look at your own
Okay,
nipples
it's such
later.
a fucking black line that I can barely see what titties they
Look
would
at
have
your
been.
titties later. We're doing a news.
Educate me with nipples.
You're trying to show me nudes of a famous person in virtual reality, and all I'm seeing is a black fucking...
Okay, but you
I feel
see
stupid.
that the dress is missing.
Kevin feels stupid.
I hate
course he
that.
does.
I hate feeling stupid.
That's unrelated to anything we're
It
talking
is
about.
not. This
Kevin.
is fucking stupid, and what I'm looking at right now from the underbit that isn't covered is stupid.
Yeah, how am I supposed to know how accurate this technology is if I can't see nips?
You know what's going to be, if you're friends with
tell
her, she's going to take her top off and go, look how stupid this app is, and you're going to go,
Okay.
so
Let's run
right.
us through it and see if it nails our
No,
dicks.
that's
Yeah,
what-
yeah.
No, listen.
Yes!
Listen, this is what I need to tell you about this.
That's how I get to expose my genitals for science.
It is only working on women right now.
Yeah, I bet. Fucking
It-
chauvinistic app.
It only works with high-resolution photos,
And apparently it gives you webbed armpits.
and
I know, right?
you have to face the camera directly. It has to be a direct-to-camera photo. Just flip through those other ones that will have a black line on them, but you
Well,
can
that's to the
see
side.
what the thing is telling you here.
That's
I want to.
Tyra.
This is
Tyra
insane. The
Banks.
blacked out thing is insane. It's what the dress. It's covering the dress. It's
Yeah.
It's,
Portman.
I want to see
can't
what its
live
guess
like
on her
I
vagina
can't live
is.
like this. Great.
And whoever
Great.
that
What
is.
is that? What is that one? That's a black. Guess what? If you had virtual reality, you'd see that her tits were a black box.
Dude, the thing does not produce a black box.
I can see more of her tits with the t-shirt on than when you got the black box.
But the
So
black
I
box
can't
has
live- I can't
nothing
live
to
like
do
this.
with
I
this.
can't live like this.
The program does not put out a black
How would
box,
I know? How would I
Jason.
know? I can't see anything. All right, what's this? Is this virtual? Is this not real?
These are fake Gal Gadot nudes.
I don't
So
know.
she didn't really pose with a fleshlight
behind her? No.
So is that even her
and an-
body,
and
or
an
is that
extra
like
large face? No.
Of course, it's not her body.
Well, the only way to test this, obviously, is
Yeah.
you need somebody who has, and it wouldn't be impossible to find this, I don't think, find somebody who has never posed nude, of which
Right.
there are no publicly available nude
Wait,
photos.
wait. Sorry, Michael.
Mhm.
Did they superimpose her face getting double penetration?
Oh yeah, there's
Oh, yeah.
name the female celebrity and you can
Yes.
find that.
It's
So
everywhere.
Well, I saw a thing on Sylvester Stallone's
Oh,
Instagram.
no.
Somebody deep faked him into Terminator 2 deleted scenes,
Hey, I saw that.
and that looked really well done. That was
Yeah.
fucking cool.
And there's also
And that was just done real quick on an app. So I can only imagine what, high-powered stuff to make it look like someone did a porno.
Man, maybe R. Kelly didn't pee on that girl.
Well, see, that's
None of that stuff was
where
around back then.
That's exactly. But that's why people are so worried about deepfakes. Is or because number one, somebody could do that and implicate you on something, and also you can defend yourself.
That's what I was
by
going to say.
saying-
Now you have an excuse to
Exactly.
video
Yeah.
footage of you doing stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think this is ultimately a good thing because there's always been, if I'm a female celebrity who doesn't want nude photos or videos of me out there, which is completely defensible and understandable, of course, there have always been fake nudes of you. It doesn't matter. Meghan Markle, I'm sure we could find her, being double penetrated very, very easily.
How is it a good thing?
Well, because now if you do take a picture for your boyfriend or something like that and those leak, you can always say that the fakes have gotten so good that it wasn't real.
The other side of the blade.
Yeah.
I can also take a video of you punching me in the face and sue you, and who knows what the truth is.
Yeah, that's the bad one.
No, we're not
When
that
you
far
start-
off from video proof not meaning anything.
Right. That when we're back to square one again.
Right. A woman has come forward to say that she was left alone on a commercial aircraft after the other passengers and crews
We did that.
exited. This is another one.
Wait, she woke up by herself?
Pamela Prescott, a 69-year-old woman who is visually impaired and has several other health issues, landed at Toronto's Pearson International Airport on April 6th. Following a 3-month vacation in Barbados, she needed help filling out the customs forms, and she required a wheelchair to get off the airplane.
Yeah.
So the staff said, okay, we'll wait right here. We'll be right back. And nobody ever came back.
So how did they find out where she was?
A guy who's a mechanic came in and saw her there, was like, oh shit, we got somebody on the airplane. And he said if he didn't show up, that it would have been another at least 3 hours before the cleaning crew got to the airplane.
Dude.
So, yeah, she's pissed.
Are they paying people? Are they not paying people enough to work on airplanes? Is that what's happening?
I think it's
Because that just sounds like neglect,
I think you can forget, like, oops.
A person?
Yeah. I mean, look, I've left my kid in the car. Not in a hot day and not for any amount of time at all, but I left him outside.
Wait, you forgot that he was in the car?
Yeah.
I did that with my baby.
What?
Yeah.
I'm used to only having one.
Okay. Wait, you got out and you left with one baby and left the other one in there?
Yeah, I brought the big one.
I know which one you like better. No,
Man, I
but,
did not know that.
I mean, imagine like you're telling, hey, wait right here, I'll help you. I'm going to go tell the wheelchair person. And then somebody else distracts you with something else. And then, oh shit, I forgot to help that lady.
But don't they have like the count the people getting on and off and all the things?
Somebody should check the aircraft just like they should on the bus, walk through all the seats and make sure nobody's left behind.
Yeah, you'd think that would be compulsory.
You'd think.
Even if it is, mistakes are bound to be made. I mean, like this, it sounds crazy, but shit like this is basically bound to happen.
With so many people travel.
To 0.0000001%
That's why you gotta be
of passengers.
You got to be heard. Be like, if you can't see, be like, hello.
Can you see me?
You got to wear a
Are
funny
you guys
hat.
leaving? Where's my fucking wheelchair?
If you wear a funny hat, they will not forget you on the airplane.
Maybe if she'd been more abusive to the staff, they would have not forgotten her. That's what you get for being polite. I think blind people should learn how to make that Donald Sutherland noise from Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, yeah, that is a good sound.
That'll get you off the plane.
We should sell. Are you alone? We should sell. Have you been forgotten on an airplane? Have like little button a watch that makes crazy sounds.
Necklace you wear around your necklace. You push your
like
button.
help I've fallen and I can't get up, but like a new version for people that get left on airplanes.
Right. Also in Canada, in Toronto.
Canada.
Ontario's
Syrup.
Medical regulator is seeking to revoke the license of a doctor.
Oil.
Now, you'd think you'd have to
Joel Mills.
do something like kill a patient or something to get your license revoked. So I'm just going to ask you guys, I'm going to say what the doctor did. You tell me if you should get his license revoked, okay?
Okay.
The family physician.
Yeah.
Has worked for years.
Yeah. Good guy.
Apparently, allegedly, showed naked photos of himself to 3 staff members.
Oh, that's mellow.
And
Promote him.
And 11 patients.
To super doctor.
Oh, 11 patients?
And made remarks of a sexual nature to patients.
Oh.
Some of them dealing with serious physical or emotional issues.
I'm trying to see how I get into a conversation where you need to see me naked on my phone.
I'm picturing, like, in the movie and someone gets hit by a bus and they're in a full body cast and they're just, like, strung up by ropes from the ceiling.
Oh,
I'm
and
picturing,
he shows you nudes?
Yeah, I'm picturing that guy just holding his cell phone up to the eye slits being like, sweet dong, right?
Hey, he also at least touched one patient in a sexual manner.
Yeah, he has to not have his license anymore.
I agree.
That doesn't make any sense. How do you show
See, you can't
patients nudes?
You can't use the excuse, oh, does this look swollen or infected or whatever?
You're a
'cause
doctor.
You're a doctor.
You think that's bad? Look at this dick.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could tell people who do have open sores, like you could show them your dick and be like, see, this is what it's supposed to look like.
No.
This is what it will look like after the treatment.
Yeah, unless you have a photo of your dick covered in sores, you don't want to trust me. You don't want to let it go. It'll end up looking like this.
Also, why does he need to show them pictures? He has his penis on him.
Yeah, he could have just pulled it out.
Yeah, why didn't he show them his dick, Will?
Good point.
Perhaps it was an artificial intelligence penis.
Maybe it was an artificial dick.
Yep, could have been.
It's a deep nude.
She's considered to be one of the most beautiful women ever, maybe even the most beautiful woman ever.
Eva Longoria.
Oh, this is going to be Cleopatra, right?
And now
Madonna.
You will be able to huff her rich scent.
Of her butt?
Brooke Hogan.
Statue of Liberty.
Her delicious aroma wafting over into your nasal cavities.
The Loch Ness Monster.
I'm pumped.
Venus de Milo.
Who's that?
I can smell her butt.
I mean, besides the hottest woman in the world,
She
who is
got
that?
no arms.
She's this armless lady.
Terrible at hand jobs.
And she's very old.
What?
Can you bring up a picture of it? Yeah, there she is.
Oh, she's a statue.
Yeah.
Wait, why do we care about that?
She's so beautiful. Cause
She's not.
Okay, this thing's
Really?
She's kind of cute, man.
You sure?
Look at
Can
her.
you? I'd like to see her
Yeah,
face. a little
zoom
bit.
in
fucked up.
on the top section of her. Not from that angle.
dumb
She's got them
face.
old school
Yeah.
BC titties.
She's got a dude's face.
No, she does
She
not.
does. Her face like a back. dumb
I'm
back.
feeling. I'm feeling triggered. Can we black out her marble tits? Oh, dude.
Was it John
Come on.
Ashcroft?
Yeah,
She
but,
looks
I mean,
like,
I don't want to be mean, but you can't be joking with me.
She looks like the Prometheus guys.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got
That giant humanoid race that started the aliens.
power head, man. Big dumb nose.
You want to smell her?
Yeah.
No,
I
don't
do.
give a fuck about concrete
All right.
people.
I'll take a whiff.
They got all these stars of the
a
fragrance
long time ago.
world.
They have soap then? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
They wiped their butts with these sponges that were tied to sticks.
See?
Yeah, no, they're gonna make a smell.
How?
Is that really what you want, people?
Is it going to smell like her pits, her BO?
Well, this doesn't make any
Why
sense.
would
Nobody
they?
knows what she smelled like.
Well, what is this? What if I smell Venus de Milo? What? Her toes? Her puss?
This is made up. It's a made up smell from some corporate thing. It's not real.
What do you think that they would really say? Okay, here's the BO of Venus de Milo.
I don't know. This is your story, not mine. I'm
I
trying
know,
to find out.
but you're asking.
Now
what-
experience her puss.
Yeah.
It smells
For the
like her,
first
just like
time.
Michael Jordan cologne smells like Michael Jordan.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
Stupid.
so it's just a cologne called Venus de Milo?
No, well, it's more
Yes.
than that, but
by
yes.
Venus de Milo.
That's it. Keanu.
That was a 5-second delay on that button, Andrew.
But Dussy.
Keanu, why is he back? An article by Wei Huan Shen in the Houston Chronicle says he has the answer, and it's not anything you'd think of, like the movies he's made most recently. Basically, the article says that it all stems from him being at the E3 conference, which is the electronic expo
Yeah, no, I've been there.
conference.
Blinded a guy there
Yeah.
once.
So, there, everybody who's the most influential people on, Reddit or, Friendster or whatever are all there. And he was very charming towards these people. And all these people went out as kind of Keanu disciples. He already had that in 2010, that meme of him pondering the meaning of life or whatever while he's sitting on the bench. And now it's like, now he's made friends with these nerdy people who are all over the internet making things.
Right. That one moment, I think it was from that, right, went viral where somebody said something nice to him from the crowd, and he was gracious about that, and everybody loved that.
Yeah, he was.
Oh
talking
boy,
about,
was the internet good that day.
he was talking about, oh, this game is breathtaking, and somebody said, "You're breathtaking," and he was like, "You all are breath, love you all," whatever.
Well, yeah, he's going to be in this game Cyberpunk 2077. Like he's actually voicing it, and they use his likeness
For what?
for a video game.
Oh,
he's going to be in it. It's pretty cool looking.
And they're making Bill and Ted's 3.
And also, he hasn't like.
Shut up, Michael.
It's true.
I know.
They are. I mean, he hasn't. As far as I know, hasn't.
I
beat
say,
up
I
any
say that
women.
I offered that up neutrally.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
He hasn't beaten up any women, right? That we know of. Anybody knows of, right?
No, he does the hover hand
Yeah,
in
exactly.
pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So, and just reading this article, it made me think about how much people who are influential on the internet have to do with the way large groups of people think about things.
Well, I think that influencers can draw the horse to water, but people have to at a certain point. People do need to genuinely respond to stuff. I think it's partially that, but I think it's also this is a phenomenon that Game of Thrones benefited from because so many people watch so much stuff streaming. I think that you have things like Game of Thrones and like John Wick that used to be you have the big one and then you kind of diminishing returns. They actually get bigger and bigger and bigger because more people watch them in between the theatrical releases and more people are excited about the sequels coming out. It felt like John Wick 3 was like a tipping point of all the people who've caught up on it, in addition to the people who just enjoyed the shit when it first came out. Like Game of Thrones, the last season was way bigger than when it was big around like season 3 or whatever.
And undeniably, Keanu's been everywhere. I mean, yesterday on the show, I think it was Kevin who wanted to marry him.
So Tully.
There you go. A lady named Susan who lives in New Zealand woke up at 2 a.m. the other day because of all the shaking and jolting going on of her home.
Stupid ass Susan.
They don't have earthquakes there, do they?
Well, she thought, oh my God, it's an earthquake. It was not an earthquake.
Yeah, how many earthquakes does New Zealand have? Like one?
Keanu Reeves was fixing her plumbing.
Isn't it near...
Keanu Reeves was chowing her beef.
Isn't it near Papua New Guinea?
Wait,
No?
New Zealand?
Yeah.
Mm.
They have a lot of earthquakes
Nah,
there.
Papua New Guinea is above Australia.
Okay,
New Zealand is
know anything about geography.
to the side of it. So Australia's closer to it.
Well, Susan went downstairs and saw that her kitchen windows had steamed up. She went outside and there was a large mud geyser in her garden. A geothermal mud pool, which is fairly common in that area where she lives. It apparently makes the whole town smell like a demon possession.
Oh, yeah.
Sulfur.
Yeah, the sulfur thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got the mud. They got the mud place. You go there. I've been there.
Like for tourists. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next day, the mud geyser had grown even bigger. Now she has a huge crater in her yard and a thermal pool of mud being flung up in the air.
Does that mean that she could get money, sell tickets, and turn it into a tourist attraction because everybody else goes to those things?
Well, here's the thing: the
Do
authorities.
the government have to give her money for her land and then she can move to somewhere else?
Well, it's super stinky. Are people going to want to go there?
Rotorua.
The
Yeah, people love it.
The government did
My
come to
mummy's-
her house.
It's packed. Rotorua's packed. Everybody in New Zealand that isn't from New Zealand is at Rotorua watching the fucking mud thing fly in the air. Because there's these big holes and mud like shoots up into the air out of it. My mum took me there when I was a kid.
The authorities did come to her house and also found that there was a sinkhole under her kitchen.
So her whole house is about to be swallowed.
Yeah, it's going to be enveloped in mud. But the thing I wanted to get to on this is, Jason, I bet you can't even understand what this woman is saying all the way through the first 15 seconds of this interview with her. So if you don't mind cranking it up on the board, Andrew, let's roll the video of the mud hole.
Challenged.
This is what you call a show, Ihuama. The perks of living in Rotorua, especially Te Whakarewarewa. My sister, it's all the steam that you can see. That's why we come around. We thought it was a fire. Oh, no.
Samoan, Will.
That's a new mud pool.
Sounds like Lindsay Lohan when she was trying to kidnap those kids.
No, that sort of Samoan lady talks.
Was that all English?
Yeah. Yeah, because they talk, they kind of like mumble.
That first part was just like...
It was like Scottish
Yeah,
Australian.
but they got it's like a Hawaiian Australian. This is the easiest way to explain it. You know how Hawaiians have a bit of a different accent than you guys do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's Australia, New Zealand, because we sound pretty similar, but that's an islander. Really, it's just an islander speaking Australian.
Wow, I
or
just,
New Zealand, same fucking thing.
I thought maybe she had said something in another language and then said it in
Nah.
English so that we would
No,
know
that's
what she
just
was
spot. That's spot on. That's where they. If you live near there, that's the thing. It's. I mean, it's natives live there, man. They still all live there. It's very Hawaii-like, kind of. Samoans and Maoris are very common.
And you bathe in that mud?
Fuck no! What? No, you don't let it touch you. It'll burn you.
No, well, I mean,
people don't bathe in it. Maybe there's another bit that gets colder, but there's a big one in Rotorua that shoots out in at a certain time of the day or so. Maybe not the time of the day, but the big,
like Old Faithful.
You're far back from it because it'll fuck you up.
Like lava almost.
Kind of. I mean, I always assumed you like if you fell in there, you were dead. Wait, is that video of them in it?
I think isn't this like
or is
the
that
place
off to the side of it or something?
where Steve-O went on Wild Boys and he like tried to cook a steak in there?
I don't know.
I think it is
didn't
hot
see
enough to like cook food.
I'm sure that there are places where it's super hot and would burn you alive, and places where it cools off and would.
Yeah,
be
see,
okay.
that's the bit I went to where you're like, if you go in there, you're fucking dead. Like nobody's ever. There's
Yeah.
like a bridge, and you stay on the bridge. You don't go over there. It's boiling mud shit that you sink into.
It's like a supersized Yellowstone.
This huge mud hole is the highlight of New Zealand.
I mean, I know it sounds that way, but especially when you're when I was there, 11 and shit. Yes, that was the highlight of fucking New Zealand.
Let's go to the mud hole, kids.
Because people like to go there and they go hike it. It's like this big wilderness thing. It's untouched a lot. So people like to go. There's crazy wilderness hiking, river, waterfall.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Smells like devil farts.
Well, that's this area where there's the mud thing. It's not the whole of New Zealand isn't a boiling mud pit. It's just this one area that's called Rotorua, and yeah, there's these giant mud pits. It's famous for it, and it's like a giant tourist attraction. That's all I remember is just every dickhead that goes to New Zealand has to go to the mud pits. No, I remember because I think maybe the fourth time is when I was trying to get out of going to the mud pits with my mum.
Yeah, there was.
Like I don't want to fucking go to the mud pit anymore. I saw it flies up great.
I think every kid has the place that the school always goes for field trips.
Right.
That they never want to go to.
Remember my mum telling me a story. The only thing that was of interest to me was that somebody did fall in there and that they died. And I was like, ooh, cool. I wonder if they melted.
Oh, they melted for sure.
Right.
Tully, you
Yeah.
did not have that? You did not have a place that the school always took a field trip? We grew like a young school.
My school was pretty budget. I don't remember us having field trips, to be honest with you. But I do remember going to one thing as like a Cub Scout or something. It was like a nature preserve in like Secaucus, New Jersey, which is kind of a
That's amazing.
If you've been around there, and I remember it was brackish. It was brackish water.
See, look at that. That's what it's like. You don't want to go over there. There's
Yeah.
like boiling water
Yeah, if
over
it
the
was
top of the mud.
orange,
Oh.
that would be lava.
Yeah. See, my school, we went to the Turtleback Zoo.
Oh, yeah, sure. My mom used to
Ooh.
take us there.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's just a bunch of turtles?
No, it's a whole bunch of them. They just that's just the name of it, Turtleback Zoo.
Wait, did you catch that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No,
Did
it's
I-
a bunch of different animals.
Oh,
It's
I
more
fucked
than
up.
turtles.
Yeah, my bad.
get
I was
it.
I was
Wow.
trying to Google it, so the wires in my brain kind of got
Yeah.
crossed
Is
when I
that
was
a bunch
talking.
of turtles? Nah, it's a bunch of them.
Okay, I'm glad that
Okay,
that's what
yes.
happened.
I tried to
That's
say
what
it's a
I thought
bunch
I
of
heard.
different animals,
gotcha, I
but
gotcha.
yeah, I'm kind of dumb.
You're lucky.
I can't have too many tabs open in my brain at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't.
I increasingly feel the same way.
I was gonna say I felt like Telly where I didn't get to go do any of those things on school excursion things, but I think scouts might have taken me to see penguins come up on Phillip Island.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I think there's like a time, maybe it's night or in the morning. I can't remember because I was a kid, but yeah, they have all the lights up, and then all the penguins come out of the sea and come up to shore
That's
and
amazing.
go somewhere.
That's awesome.
And I remember even when I was a shithead that wanted to hate everything, I was like, "Whoa, this is fucking cool."
That's better than the best field trip I was about to mention, which was my mom was a brownie leader, like Girl Scouts, so I used to go on their trips all the time. And one time, Domino's invited the brownies to come by, and when we got there,
What's Domino's?
Like the pizza place.
Oh, okay.
And when we got there, the employee clearly had no idea that anybody was coming, so he just like improvised, and he just let us make as many pizzas as we wanted, however we wanted.
Oh.
So we were just making Domino's pizzas with like 3 inches thick of every topping imaginable.
Wait, your mom ran the brownies and you went with the brownies
Yeah,
with
my
Girl Scouts.
My mom was a stay-at-home mom, and what happened was she wanted my older sister to be a brownie.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, "Well, there's no brownie leader. There isn't going to be brownies." So her and one of my sister's friends' moms did it together. And then
Did your sister stay?
No, and then when
Oh, my God.
when my sister and her friend aged out, her friend's mom was like, "Well, that's it. I'm done." And my mom's like, "Yeah, me too." And they're like, "You can do that, but they will just shut down the program. Nobody else is going to do it." So my mom just got roped into, out of the goodness of her heart, she was a brownie leader for like 6 or 7 or 8 more years.
Oh, and you went to all of them?
Every Monday after school, I used to sit in our school cafeteria, which was shut down, and just sit there and try to amuse myself as best I could or do homework or whatever. I was in brownies for like 6 years. I went on camping trips with them. And the funny thing is my mom, and she wouldn't mind me telling you this, like she could be very short with little children. So it was not uncommon for her to be sitting there like yelling at brownies.
And you're just not, you're
I
disattached
had
to it.
I
Like,
hadn't.
you're like, you
I'm
just
sorry.
do it.
That was my everyday life. Yeah.
Holy
I was in
shit,
brownies for
man.
fucking ever, dude.
Man, I was a scout, and I've seen brownies. That ain't no. Scouts sucked.
Yeah.
Brownies
I was
is-
never a fan. I didn't
that's not
enjoy
cool.
being a Cub Scout or a Boy Scout or whatever, so you can imagine how I felt about being a brownie.
Yeah.
You got cookies though, right?
Oh, we got mad cookies. Yeah.
Cookies, come on, man.
Brownies.
So they don't last the whole day. How many cookies can you eat? And it's every Monday he's eating those cookies.
That get kind of gross. In other news, Whitney Houston is back.
No, not virtual Whitney.
She's been dead for 7 years, but that's not going to slow her down.
Is it really going to be virtual Whitney?
No, it's not.
Okay, good.
She just got
Is this a movie of Whitney or something?
No. It's just a cover of a Steve Winwood song. That song "Higher Love."
Oh, she's singing.
But they're also planning a hologram tour.
Oh, sorry.
So I was right.
Well,
it's.
But there is music that
If you want to go ahead.
most people haven't heard of
They
her
should-
singing.
I feel like,
Yeah, but go ahead. It's just stupid. She's not that good. There's a couple of songs.
Are you kidding?
I don't care anymore.
Look.
It's like saying, guess what? We found some more tracks of Mariah Carey. I don't give a fuck, man.
I like her early poppy stuff, but,
Yeah, but
I feel like all the celebrities they're bringing back from the dead for hologram tours, when they finish their performance, like a gate from hell should open up beneath them, and then like devil hands just pull them down
down to the stage.
That's how every act ends. They get pulled back to hell.
I got to tell you my Whitney Houston experience.
So mean.
I took a busload of fans over to a Whitney Houston concert one time long ago when she was at the top of her career.
Yeah.
And one of those nice big buses. And I went up to the top of the bleachers. I watched the show. I fell asleep during it because it was so amazingly boring. I woke up sometime later. I didn't know how long I'd been asleep. And
Your pants were down.
Still on stage singing. So I went out to the bus because I thought I'll just go sleep in there until everybody comes back. I go to the bus. Everybody except for 2 people were already back on the bus because everybody just wanted to leave. So I waited for a while, and then finally the other 2 people get on the bus, and I'd go back in to look and make sure nobody else was there. And man, she was still up there singing, dude. It was excruciatingly bad. I mean, I think she's got an amazing voice and all that, but it was so boring I couldn't even.
Wasn't the
take
knock
it.
on her that she didn't talk and she didn't move? She just stood there and
She just
sang the
stood
songs.
there and sang. Great voice, and everything else about it was terrible.
It says this song, Stop. It's the
there
worst
you go.
shit ever. And she would be mortified to know that you put a fucking DJ beat over
I
it.
think it's her sister-in-law, Pat Houston, that is the sole
Executor
of her estate.
Yeah,
And-
and I don't want to hear her sing either.
Okay.
Why don't you just stay out of music? Your sister's gone.
I was doing like some homework on Whitney Houston the other day, just randomly, and it really was a shame. Even at the time, I'm sure you're aware of this. Well, people criticized Clive Davis because she had this really amazing talent, and the material they gave her was just this really cookie cutter bullshit nonsense. Yeah, a couple of the songs were okay.
Yeah.
but she had a fucking amazing voice, and the songs are not very good.
Right. Absolutely. Couple of alien stories for you. For the first time ever, a single burst of cosmic radio waves has been traced to its point of origin. This is
Shut
from
the front door.
CNN.
I don't know what that means.
These,
what just happened?
They have radio bursts that come from outer space.
Yeah.
That are just like a millisecond long, and if they are recurring, sometimes you can find out where they're coming from.
Yeah.
But if it only happens once, it's really hard to pinpoint where it came from. And now they've done that for the first time, and it's in a galaxy 3.6 billion light years away. But I feel like a lot of this news that's happening in space exploration is the beginning of us eventually finding that there is intelligent life out there somewhere.
Wait, a radio ping came from 60 million miles away?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, radio blast.
Somebody
So-
sent it?
Could be.
What do you mean it could be? It's
researchers,
or what? Or what else?
It could be a natural occurrence.
Oh.
Researchers don't know what it is, and they have not ruled out that it could be someone sending the signal.
Yeah, but it's not ruled in yet either.
No, not at all.
So it doesn't mean shit. We're still here.
Hey,
So you think they're sprinkling all these little stories to prime us?
No. I think that we haven't discovered it yet, and this is the beginning of when we're starting to discover things that will later on say, "Oh, that was the beginning of us finding
If Sector
out."
9 happens, does everybody start rioting?
At first, you'd have to think, right? I think humankind is actually kind of resilient. Some pretty mind-blowing shit has happened, and sooner or later, things do just kind of return to normal, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if LA right now, big giant spacecraft hovers over the top of Los Angeles downtown, does everybody start rioting, or can I drive home?
No,
I think
this
there'll
is
be a
lu-
spike
this-
in crime.
Yeah, this is a looting kind of town. I think the history suggests that we will loot.
Los Angeles, looting kind.
How long do you loot for when they show up? Do we have to? You know what I mean, does it end, or is
what's
it like
the-
everyone gets like calms down?
What's the connection between, there's a spacecraft, let me go bust out a window and take
Police
something?
still have to go arrest you for busting the window out, right? They can't just stand there staring at
Yeah,
the
what are
UFO.
the police going to be doing? Looking at a UFO?
Well,
if you're
some
a
of the
police
cops-
officer and you're listening right now, and UFOs
Great
came
question.
over and you were told that you need to report somewhere because there's a crime happening, would you report to that crime, or would you park the car and get out and go, holy shit, 855 Ellis 41?
I bet you there's protocol for it.
The second it shows up,
You think?
No.
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
Okay, maybe, maybe not like when District 9 happens, but like when something unexplained, humongous, expect the unexpected, what is the basic kind of plan? I would have to think that such a plan exists. Whether or not every single beat cop knows about it, I don't know. The problem is this: you'd have to think that a certain amount of people are going to flee. They're going to say this is bad, or there's a good enough chance that it's bad that I'm going to get my family and get the fuck out of here. Some of those people are going to be police officers, so you might be dealing with less If 10% of everybody left, there's still a lot of people here.
Right.
You might be out a critical amount of cops.
I don't think it would be proportionate to the amount of people that left. I think cops would stay because it's their duty to stay, generally speaking. Of course, some people would leave that are cops, but
I think a disproportionate amount of cops are like doomsday guys.
What do you mean?
Like our have prepared themselves with like provisions and weapons and whatnot. For
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
believe
that's
that
true
too.
because
I think he didn't say all of them, just some of them.
No,
I believe
of course.
some of them.
Well, some, but you
Because
know,
they have a military vibe about them, and I feel like some of those guys would be prepared too.
But let's look at the giant things that have happened in this country, like Katrina, 9/11, and the cops.
Did
not
anybody
leave
loot
their
in 9/11?
posts.
No,
and the cops didn't leave their posts. They went and did their duty. In fact, they reported even though they weren't called into work.
Right,
you know?
so that's more likely the case if an alien ship hovers
Katrina,
over it. If an
hurricane.
alien ship hovers over the top of us, that doesn't mean that it's over. When
Right.
the building hit the tower, we were being attacked.
Right.
There was you didn't know who it was, but we definitely thought we were under attack.
We knew it.
I
yeah.
was watching the news. People were like, this is the beginning of it right now. Like
Right.
there was going to be more dropping in a minute.
That's what I was certain of. Yeah.
Right. So if
But
it
that's
just
also-
hovered over the top and didn't bomb anybody, then why would anybody grab their family and head off down the freeway?
Because I think there's a difference between an attack, which is something it's something that happens, that rather than something supernatural.
So, like, if Independence Day happens and the alien ship lights up a building, do like firemen stick around and like put out the fires?
You can't do that because if a bolt of lightning comes out of a spaceship and explodes a
All of
building
Los
like
Angeles.
it's a fucking toy, then I don't care who you are. There's really no need to be going forward
Right.
towards that.
Also-
doesn't matter what fire department you come from. You go the other way if you have any brain.
And in my mind, you flee if there's the threat of attack. You hunker down if there's an attack. You know, like
Yeah.
if aliens are
I mean,
attacking,
we're talking attacking, which is different. That's war, and I think once that happens, doesn't matter who it is. It's fight or flight. Everybody is
Okay.
on the same page.
What if it's not necessarily an attack, but the ship just destroys a building when it's landing? So it's not like an offensive move.
Right, it just
but
parked bad?
It's an intergalactic fender
Well, wait,
bender.
no.
crashes
Okay,
into
we
the-
started with District 9, right? Which is,
Right.
and refresh my memory, Independence Day essentially starts the same way. A bunch of ships just show up and nobody knows why, and they're kind of just
They
hovering
like
there for a long
hover
time.
over important
Yeah,
buildings.
but that would be and see once again one ship over one place. Sure, one ship over every major city in the world. Once again that movie. They're not coming in peace, man. When they're hovering over every major city in the world, if the president didn't start sending shit to attack that, I don't know what's going on because we're fucked. That's different. I'm saying one ship hovers over LA right now. Everyone goes, "Whoa, it's on the news." Everything doesn't show that there's one over New York and Paris and all that. Does everybody? You can't leave.
Well,
right?
yeah, because in District 9, they ran out of gas or something. Like the ship stalled out and they got stuck.
No, they're food.
Yeah, but
They-
we
they
don't know
were
that. We don't know
starving.
that.
Yeah.
They were like refugees or something.
Yeah.
So there's two different things. One is what happens like the second it shows up.
That's what I mean.
I am kind of inclined to think that more cops and emergency responders go to it than away from it. It's just sort of if it's hanging out there for 2 or 3 days, I think some people go, am I going to, now I have time to think about this.
Right.
Am I going to hang around for this? Let's get the shit and let's drive into the desert and hope for the best. That's when I think more of that kicks in.
Do we start firing if the ship just hovers
no.
for 2 or 3 days?
Fuck no.
We don't like launch attacks.
We cannot. If we shot something at something that was floating over us without it doing anything to us, we are attacking the government because, as far as I'm concerned, you just killed me because you just hit a fucking a spaceship that you don't know what that thing's capable of, and it didn't provoke it.
Okay. But let's just say we fly a spaceship to a completely different alien planet, and we fly up on it, and we're hovering 200 yards off the ground. Would we really be surprised if they did something offensive to us? We've invaded their airspace.
Yeah, but we're aliens. We're new species from another place in the universe, and you would think the same thing we would think is, wow, there's more than us.
But you can't be mysterious. You gotta indicate peace somehow.
Yeah,
on the
but
way in.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know?
You
how
gotta
to talk
think
to
about
them?
that before you go.
You
there.
don't go in with a full army is what you do. You go in with like a very small ship, very small group of people because that indicates you're not trying to
But
attack.
there's that thing where you fly into someone's airspace and then they start telling you if you don't move, we're going to zap you.
Yep.
What if you don't know how to speak any of the languages that we have down
You should
here?
land.
But what about people? People used to constantly come up on, tribes and shit like that they had nothing in common with, who'd never seen a human being outside of their tribe in the
How do
Amazon.
they
and shit
communicate
like
with them?
that. There's a way that you show peace. I mean, it was done
Show them
successfully.
your butthole.
Animals.
Come in peace.
They show submissiveness.
Is
or
there a thing you
Wait,
can
sniff
drop?
each other's ass?
aggressiveness? No, like
Go
you know,
fetal?
roll over on your belly and
You
let
come
them
out of
rub
the
it.
spaceship and go fetal?
Yeah, like
That
the,
way you
the
know
whole
it's
crew of
okay.
100, they all stand on top of the saucer and immediately drop and give a predator.
Yeah.
Just to
Present
show-
their butthole.
Is there anything you could drop from a spaceship that you think would be completely universally by any intelligent being interpreted as a peace offering or
Tom
a
Green.
gift?
On Earth?
No, like, yeah, it would work on Earth, but we could also
No.
go do it to them. There's
It could
nothing.
be poison to them.
Tom
Who
Green.
knows?
Oh, that's true. Good point.
Tom Green, yeah.
How could you hate Tom Green?
Right.
When you see Tom Green, even if you don't know what he's saying,
Oh.
you know it's nice.
Freddie got fingered.
He's just a funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
If a ship ends up hovering
Unless he's
over
drunk.
LA, I hope they're sending just helicopters coming from the east to push that ship out west into the ocean.
Way to go. The
Where
dumbest
like
guy in the
we
world.
can then shoot it. Fine, it falls.
See,
in the
that's
ocean.
you're the guy that scares me the most. That's the American that scares me the most.
Right.
It's weird. Shoot it.
Let's push it.
Push it to then explode it.
If
Like,
it
what if
doesn't-
they're trying to figure out a way to communicate with you guys, and instead President fucking Andrew over here is just bombing the side of
President
it.
Andrew.
I don't understand. Kill
Yeah.
it.
Plus, once you blast it into the ocean, what if it leaks fuel and their fuel's all fucking crazy, so it just kills
Wow,
everything
check
in the
this
ocean?
guy out. Thinking man here.
Fair
Just poison
point.
the seas.
Fair point, but we have to do something. We can't just let them stay.
No,
here.
that's not true. You have to come in peace. You have to do everything in there, and until they have struck upon you, you have to do everything by the book. Welcome. Can somebody like do the thing like they actually did do, where they have the helicopters trying to give the SOS lights to communicate that they want to come in peace? You have to do all that shit, and it has to be on everybody, because most of us in the world do not want to explode the ship into the sea.
Yeah, everybody in LA gets an alien roommate.
But it's likely that they have advanced technology,
And we can learn
weapons.
so much from them.
They're going to come to dominate us.
If that's
Oh,
the
God,
that's
come
see,
on.
wow,
That's your way of
so
thinking.
terrifyingly insecure. That can't. If you think that, well, then if they come and they're that much better, it's over anyway.
Yeah, aliens
that's
just
why
don't
we
go
gotta
around
take the first
cucking
shot.
people.
So you're saying if it's over anyway, why not get one in?
Well, let's take the first shot, and hopefully they don't have very good defenses. Hopefully, like, they're pacifist aliens, and we just knock them down.
He's like the bad guy in every movie about aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And what
should
if there's
watch
like
Avatar.
what if they came from like a coalition? It's like, all right, we're gonna send one scouting ship to Earth. We blow it
What
up,
are they
and then we
scouting
piss
for?
off the nation of like all these other planets, or like, oh, now we have to fight the armed forces of like 12 planets.
Not trying to be friended is the most ridiculous thing ever.
Yeah, because what if they're coming to invite us in their cool alien club?
And you know,
And we get
what
a
if-
seat at the table.
What if it's God?
Oh,
And
you
he's-
just killed God, Andrew.
You pushed him out to the
And he's
desert.
come down to tell everybody,
You goddamn
good
Satan
news,
worshiper.
brothers and sisters. Fucking, you get blown out of the water
Yeah,
by
it's
fucking
Jesus.
President Andrew.
Jesus in a spaceship.
He
Oh, that's
comes
so
back,
cool.
Yeah.
You don't know. Maybe they got a couple of the tails a little off, and they were.
Yeah.
You know, it turns out, yeah, he is real, but you
They
know,
could
he's an
describe
alien.
It. They could
That's
describe
right.
it back then and say he's going to come
Yeah.
back down from the sky.
Yeah,
Okay, now if you want to get biblical on shit, is
Yeah.
it Jesus or was it Mary who literally ascended into heaven?
Jesus
Ascended.
into
Yeah,
heaven.
so she was beamed.
So
Yeah.
floated up into the sky.
Yeah, like an
Yes.
alien suction
Right.
ray or
So
something.
Hail Satan.
Jesus kind of should be coming back down
Right.
that way.
Yeah.
Why do you hate Jesus, Andrew?
He's getting drunk right
I
now
love
on
Jesus.
Planet Bleepsorp.
Yeah, why do you want to kill Jesus?
But my assumption is if they don't figure out a way to communicate with us before they arrive,
I do not understand Jesus. He must die.
they are not coming in peace, ultimately. I don't want to
That's a ridiculous statement.
Wow.
If they came down here, so you're saying if we find alien life and we go there, we're just looking to kill them.
What he's saying is, if you're
That's a good point.
if you're an alien
I might be
here
wrong.
illegally,
You might- oh,
learn
wait.
our
I
language,
think
or we're
Jason-
gonna kill you.
No, he's not even letting them learn the language. He's just saying, you guys are weird. I'm killing you.
Out to the desert they
Which
go.
is what we want to do, apparently. We want to get a ship big enough with enough power to fly somewhere billions of miles away to fucking kill somebody. Hell yeah.
But if we go to Mars, aren't we going there to like harvest whatever minerals
Yeah,
could potentially
their organs.
come
Yeah,
back
not
to
if you
Earth and
not if you
help
found
us?
out there was human, like actual life there, you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, we've been very careful not to put germs on any of it. When you see him building a spaceship, you see him in white clothes and stuff. It's
What
a
about this?
dust-free room.
Here's a different
so that
one.
we don't kill
What about
anything
this
that's on that
angle? If
planet.
you go somewhere and you find out that there's life on that planet, but it's not really intelligent and it's kind of like a cow, do we end up eating that and turn it into space burgers?
Yeah.
Or if they're all idiots, like we get to planet Idiocracy.
But what about
There's a bunch
if
of
the government
dumbass
just
aliens?
tells us, trust me, all these people are fucking stupid. It's just cattle,
Yeah.
and we just start eating it, and it turns out that they were lying and they're just like
Yeah.
actual people.
Or what if we're the cattle?
Wait, we're eating each other right now?
No, they're aliens. They tell the aliens.
Well,
"Oh,
that's
these
where
people are
Andrew
cattle."
goes. They come to Eddie and say that we're cattle, then
Yeah.
that's when it's time for America to show its backbone.
That's
and
right.
Then there's going to be like a couple of Tom Cruises and a couple of Sylvester Stallones and a couple
Yeah.
of fucking Stathams and all these other guys. that
Yeah.
they least expected these guys.
I gotta
and that's
push them
what
out to the desert.
we go over the top, crush them when they least expected it.
We're probably the idiots, but I would like to show the aliens like how Wi-Fi works and like stuff like that, which is pretty amazing.
Well, you better start learning.
Man, I hope the ship lands on you, dude.
Hey,
I'm not going to be a good representation.
In other space news, Jason, I really don't think that this will spark your interest at all, but to me, this is amazingly interesting.
The yin and the yang.
In Houston, Texas, the haze of cigarettes and pipe smoke is gone, as are the coffee stains and pizza stains, but with a few exceptions, NASA's Apollo-era mission control has been restored to exactly the way it looked 50 years ago when we landed on the moon. Mission control was meticulously recreated down to the exact carpeting, wallpaper, the ceiling panels, the seat cushions.
What a waste of money.
Even the amber glass ashtrays and the coffee cups,
Man, you could've
everything.
Fed some starving people, man.
Exactly
Why?
the way it was.
I get museums, I guess.
It is a museum.
I guess, what is it? Elvis's house is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
We shouldn't dismantle everything in the world to feed starving people. We should come up with a solution, but
I
there
agree,
are some
Will.
other things.
I agree.
Retired flight director Gene Kranz, who's a pretty famous if you know about space history. He was only able to point out two discrepancies. He said that a phone used to sit behind him in his flight director chair, and
Who let women inside?
he said the air conditioning vents used to be black from all the smoke. And he said, they weren't clean, obviously. He said that sitting down in his chair was eerie. He said he was immediately transported back to July 20th, 1969. The quote, he's quoted as saying, when I sit down here and I'm in the chair at the console, I hear these words: Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. It's nice to see this thing come alive again. And that's going to open to the public on Monday. And man, I would love to go to this place. I think that would be fascinating.
Yeah, you should go.
That's what I thought you'd say.
Have a good time.
A new study shows that there's...
When you get back, keep it to yourself, all right?
Oh, I will not report on that. One main thing is keeping people in America...
Britney Spears.
...awake at
so
night
cool.
more than anything else.
She's so cool, so cute.
It is
Nighttime construction.
It's not nighttime construction or Britney Spears. No, it's not.
The purest cocaine these streets have ever seen.
Right. No.
I see what's going to happen for the rest of this show.
cheap, too.
Yeah.
The study shows that more than half of Americans lose sleep because of money issues.
Yeah.
Those who are most likely to lose sleep over money...
Poor people?
People who live in the Northeast.
Wait, what?
People live in the Northeast are the most worried about money.
What's Northeast?
That's
Maine,
New
Vermont.
York, Washington.
Is that because it costs more to live there?
I don't think so, because our most expensive city in America is on the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
Is
it because they cold?
Parents with children under 18. It
Right.
doesn't say why
That's
they lose
me.
the most sleep, but of those struggling to sleep, 63% said they are confident they will be able to resolve their biggest money issue.
Yeah.
Generation X, the people between 39 and 54 are losing the most sleep. And finally, to what you said, it does not matter if you're rich or poor. More than half of people making over $80,000 a year reported losing sleep on financial issues.
I feel like whatever you make, you get used to a certain way of living,
Yeah.
and these days it's easy come, easy go, man. And I can totally tell that all of a sudden you can have your legs swept in this game real easy, and all of a sudden you have to adjust your lifestyle because everybody lives well, not everybody, but a lot of people live above or right on the edge of above your means.
Yeah.
You know, you like nice stuff. You like stuff that I like stuff I can't afford.
I think that's true for everybody.
I'm like, ooh, how much is that? Ooh, well, that seems so much cooler now because it's untouchable to me.
I think in America, most people, no matter how much money they're making, still rack up debt.
Yeah,
That's where your leg can get.
It's kind of
slapped.
encouraged without them actually just flat out saying it, but it's definitely hinted upon that you're supposed to look flashy. You're supposed to things are cool. Chicks like things. Things on social media are cool when it's shinier. Like it's hard not to, unless you're yoga pants hacky sack. That's the only winners that I see where they're just like, I can get all the money I want. I just want to wear these weird pajamas all day.
And I know this sounds hippie-ish,
I don't know how they do it.
I really believe this now. That's the game.
That's my next move.
You get into debt.
Pajamas.
And you have to work to pay off that debt. So you're caught in that cycle, that machine of like buying shit
That's
and
how they
working
get you,
to
Will.
pay it off. That is how they get you.
I owe my soul to the company store.
Son of a bitch, they fucking got me again, Will. That's what happens when the system gets a hold of you. You start sounding like this.
Wow, that's an angry person.
That's somebody who has to pay some big bills every month.
Losing sleep at night, too.
He is not sleeping at all.
I can hear you breathing.
Might have been the greatest
Yeah.
audio clips ever.
In Oakland, California, around 9 a.m. last Sunday, Officer Jacob Earl responded to a call of a woman being chased down the street. The officer located the suspect. The suspect assaulted the officer multiple times in a struggle, but ultimately the suspect was restrained. It was a goat.
Yeah, goats. I've seen some goats on YouTube. Once you fire one of those up, that's no joke. That's a tough fight. Maybe Ellis Mania 50, me versus a goat.
Yeah.
We could all eat goat.
After, if I win, we eat him.
Wow.
Right? Nobody's doing that.
We eat you.
I kind of want to try.
If I lose, he eats me. Everybody stay back.
That's fair.
If I die, just let the goat slowly eat me. You could probably go get a drink. It's going to take a bit.
I kind of want to try goat yoga.
Oh, because you do yoga and the goat gets on your back?
Something like that.
That is cool. No, that's exactly. No, because then
I'm going to see what's up.
if you ever get on, you're an idiot.
Goat getting on
Just
ya.
don't do yoga.
They
Just
go to the
sit.
highest point. You're the highest point.
That's
in the
all it is.
yard.
Yeah, they don't actually. You could just go to a farm and get on your knees. It might be better to do that instead of the yoga with them because they kind of be annoying when you're doing
Smell
yoga.
bad.
It could be funny.
How I go all that way, I can mount you.
You're not a goat.
Do you think that they are like communicating with your psyche
Nope.
while you're?
No, they're definitely not.
Yeah, of course not.
I don't think they sell
It's,
it like
it's a
that.
natural prey instinct.
And Limestone County, Alabama.
Man, they are on fire.
Right. No, they're not. The sheriff's office narcotics investigators have been on the lookout for that man who trained his squirrel as an attack squirrel by feeding him meth.
Oh, yeah.
They did locate the suspect at America's Best Value Inn.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Authorities say he fled the hotel on a stolen motorcycle, rammed an investigator's vehicle during a chase, but was ultimately apprehended like a goat.
Gotta keep going with that goat thing, right?
Aside from the chase and feeding meth to a squirrel,
You got any witnesses?
the man was wanted for possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. Do they have any witnesses? Well, in Alabama, it's illegal to possess, sell, or import wild animals. And
It's a squirrel. How is that important?
being that this guy's posted many videos on Facebook of him with the squirrel, might be the eyewitness you're looking for.
Wait, is he a video of him giving the squirrel meth?
I don't know.
Yeah, how do they? What, did he just brag about it? How do they know? Because they said, I remember at the time they said that they could not test or would not test the squirrel for meth and release it into the wild.
Maybe there was little bits of meth in his food tray. Who knows?
Well, I don't. If you don't have proof, then shut the fuck up. This guy's just being accused of giving a squirrel meth. Show me the squirrel meth. It's not that. How big is this? Show me the squirrel do some methy stuff. Because so far you're just saying stuff, and you can't trust the man. They could just be making it. Could be fake news.
As the famous saying goes, "Show me the squirrel meth."
Yeah.
Elsewhere in Alabama, Will, did you see the Alabama car dealership that was offering a Bible, a shotgun, and an American flag with every car purchase?
Yeah, I'm going down there on Saturday.
4th of July.
That's the way you do it. I'm going to get me some mullet and grits.
Oh, okay, the haircut?
No, the fish.
I don't like fish mullet, and I don't. So not the haircut, and then
Right.
and grits suck too.
Ooh, I like grits.
You only like the butter that you put in the grits. The grits doesn't taste like anything.
All food for me is just a butter delivery mechanism.
Would you want Reese's Pieces in your grits?
I would try it.
See? You don't like grits.
Is your dog
That makes no sense.
allergic
Okay.
to gluten?
No. I mean, maybe, but I don't care.
Recent years, there's been a huge surge in grain-free dog and cat foods.
Yeah.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is announcing it's continuing to investigate a potential link between grain-free diets and canine/feline heart disease.
Remember when dogs used to eat your shit that you fell on the ground?
Yeah, they seem to do okay.
Yeah, my dad's dogs just eat everybody's scraps and stuff.
Yeah, they announced 16 pet food brands most frequently identified in these 560 cases of individual dogs reported to have the disease between January 1st, 2014 and April 30th, 2018. In those 560 cases, 119 of the animals died. Among those cases, more than 90% were fed products that were grain-free, and 93% of them had food that had either peas or lentils in them. So they think there's some sort of link between no grain, yes, legume.
Oh, fuck off. Just eat some food.
Yeah, just get some Alpo, man.
Honestly,
And a can.
If you got a cat or your dog has got rashy eyes and you can't breathe and stuff, then you go and you find out. But if it's not that, then fuck off.
Yeah, just put it down.
Just have what?
What? Oh.
Just eat your food and have some fun. You don't have to. You have to be. The dog has to be suffering for you to.
Yeah.
For you to care about whether it's got gluten in it or not. If
My-
it's just a happy dog. Why the hell are you checking whether it needs gluten shit in you?
My dog, which
Yeah.
you say is not my dog because it lives at my parents' house, has heart
That's-
disease.
yeah.
But he's not been on any of that diet or anything. But
But isn't he really old?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Look, you do the best you can. Not that aware of it. If someone was like, you realize the food that you're feeding your dog is making your dog, all your pets are going to die 5 years earlier than they could have if you had got this other food. Well, no one's told me that yet, so I'm not doing that. I just give the dog the food, just like I eat the food. Sometimes I eat burnt stuff. I heard that's bad. Bacon. I heard that's bad. If I'm eating bacon and burnt stuff and smoking doobies, then my dog's eating gluten. That's what's up.
Have you, Jason, ever tried a meat-based vegetable substitute?
Yeah. Wait. What? Wait, you mean meat
Like a
pretending
pork
to be
carrot?
vegetables? Yeah.
What?
Do you mean a
Well-
pork carrot?
Close.
Arby's has the meats, and Arby's says it has produced a new meat-vegetable hybrid food category called vegetables.
Yeah.
It's a meat-based plant, they say.
Is that for people that don't eat, like a raw dog kind of a guy that can't eat vegetables and he's like,
No.
oh, here's me being healthy?
No, the first item from the Arby's test kitchen is the Merit, a meat carrot made of turkey breast formed into the shape of a carrot. It's rubbed down with special carrot marinade made of dried carrot
It's like the
powder,
Boston Straight Parade.
and it's then topped with
This is just
maple
fucking
syrup,
oven
oven roasted for an hour, and
People
topped
aren't
with
eating enough meat.
parsley.
That's why I need to dress it like a carrot.
No, it's
Fuck
totally.
off.
It's
Yeah,
just,
it's bullshit, but
it's
I
a
thought it was
gimmick.
great that the Jim Taylor, Arby's chief marketing officer, said plant-based meats are the latest incarnation of making vegetables look like what Americans want, which is great, tasty meat.
Get
Yeah,
it, girl.
Arby's ain't going out like that. I am tempted to try one of the Del Taco meat-free burritos, just because it was never really meat in the first place.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's not.
But something bothers me about the what are they called? What are the famous brands of almost meat or whatever?
Beyond and Impossible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's I just imagine meat growing in a petri dish, and it
Well,
makes me
that's
want to
not,
vomit.
that's not what it is. I
Yeah.
just imagine tofu with dyes and shit.
Yep.
Is really what it is.
And I was checking it out, and this person at a restaurant was explaining it to me. Like they infuse it with like beet shit, so when you cook it and it bleeds, that's actually just bleeding beet juice and stuff. And they were good. And I forget which one you get in the supermarket, which one you get at restaurants because they're exclusive. But I started cooking them for a while, and then usually I don't know what it is. Like the more I ate it, the more gross it tasted to me, and the more I felt like I was eating like Soylent Green.
Yeah, you mentioned that they turn it. And I think that's a lot of healthy foods. Jason, you probably found that when you're really trying to eat clean and you find some substitute for something, and the first time, especially if you haven't had bad stuff in a long time, you taste it, you're like, this is it. I was eating this fake ice cream that Press Juicery made just because they had it at the Grove, and I knew I could have it. I'll still get it, but in the beginning I was like, holy shit, I almost don't even need ice cream. And then the more you have it, you start to taste the tricks that made it what it was.
I think you overdo it on that food, first of all, and you eat it so much that you get really sick of it.
And then you guys told me that it was all processed.
That's what I was
and
about
that
to
scared
say.
me.
Everybody needs to, it's not bad to eat meat. It's bad to eat processed shit food. So if you get a fake meat burger, it's processed. It's like kind of like where everyone starts having sugar-free because they think sugar's bad for them, and it's like, oh, I won't touch it unless it's sugar-free. I'm like, man, that stuff's not good for you either.
Right.
Have some sugar or don't have some sugar. And the same with have a steak or man, what's this thing that you can get these guys that'll deliver you meats to your house.
Real meat?
Real meat that isn't processed, that there's no bullshit crap in it.
Is it like yak, though, and owl?
I had bacon this morning.
From a pig?
From a pig that was from
free range?
I don't know what you call it, dude, but it's not in a, it's
organic.
I just don't want to have it eat corn shit. Yeah. Stay classy meats. They just sent me a box the other day that fit in my freezer, and now
nice.
Every day I don't have to fucking cook and I don't have to get anything. It's such a good deal. If I go to the supermarket, I mean, for me, trying to get good meat, I go to Whole Foods, and I know people, it's ridiculous, but if I try to do that in California, sometimes I look at those steaks and I think, you know what, for this price, I could go to a restaurant and have somebody give it to me cooked way better than I'm going to cook it, because it's ridiculous. Sometimes it's so expensive.
Right.
And I'm like, you haven't even done anything to it yet. It's just the piece. I've been to restaurants where it's cheaper than the piece you're giving me that's raw. I'm confused as hell. So, but if you want to eat right, that's what you got to do. Don't worry about because it's vegetarian. It's stupid.
Jason, I do have my last segment in my 17-part series on poop, but we'll have to get to that another day. I have my final story in the news.
Cool.
From the Detroit Free Press, a man is facing 50 felony counts for allegedly recording other men as they urinated in the bathroom at a bowling alley where he worked.
In the urinal?
Audio or video?
Police say he had his mind in the gutter and was looking for balls.
Yeah.
But back in December, police were called to the Woodhaven Lanes bowling alley.
I would like to strike that from the record.
Yes, okay.
Oh, come on, Saturday.
Shut up.
Spare me.
Right, me going to fucking headbutt each other to death.
Pinhead.
You fucking ass. Oh, my God.
Okay, I'll stop. Back in December, police were called to the Woodhaven Lanes bowling alley after a man reported that another man had been taking pictures and videos of him using the bathroom. Officers located the suspect and seized his cell phone.
I'm sure it wasn't hard to spot the piss ghoul.
Right. An examination of the phone turned up 150 individual video clips. The case is just the latest string of camera in the bathroom incidents in that area. Earlier in the month, police investigators announced they were searching for a suspect who placed a camera inside a woman's bathroom at Starbucks, and sheriff's deputies arrested a man that was suspected of being a peeping Tom whose image was captured on his own hidden camera when he planted it inside a portable toilet.
Man, I didn't ever see any get that boned up about somebody taking a pee-pee.
Yeah, you're not smart. You're putting a camera in a portable toilet, man.
I just don't see what's the bone on it? You know, oh, yeah.
Yeah, bowling alley guy, he had no desire for deuces, just piss.
He worked at the bowling alley, too.
Wait, somebody wants to talk to you about sucking dick real quick. Adrian, sorry. Yeah, Adrian, you're talking to Kevin. Go ahead.
What?
Hey guys, I usually listen to you guys on demand, so I had to make some time so that I could call you guys and call him out on his bullshit. Because I'm thinking, all right, Kevin, hear me out. If you could suck your own dick, we'll never see you again. You're never leaving your house.
I mean, I would, but I would suck my own dick a lot.
When did he say? What are you referring to?
Yeah.
He's saying, if you suck your own dick, you're gay.
No, I said if you suck your own dick and then when you're about to come, you pull out and give yourself a facial, that's gay.
Ah.
What about like when a chick is like throating your peen, right?
Oh my God. Your schlong.
And then right. And then right after you come, she keeps sucking. If you already have that information, you know what that feels like. You're gonna take it too far every single day.
You're gonna jizz on your face, and you know it, Kevin.
Right, Kevin.
That's all well proved. You got him. You got him, Adrian. You got him.
I'll eat my own butt before I do that.
They'll find your starved
You
body.
eat your own butt. If you can eat your own butt and you eat your own butt, does that make it gay? I swear to God, I'll be back.
What if I
So
give
bad.
myself a rusty trombone?
Shut up.
Stop.
Faction Talk. Sirius XM 103. Stick around. More with Jason Ellis right after this.
If you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business. That's the problem grown businesses have, all because of the hodgepodge of business systems. One for accounting, another sales, another inventory. If that's you, you know it's a mess and it takes up too much time and too many resources, and that hurts your bottom line. You need NetSuite by Oracle. It's cloud-based business management software that gives you visibility and control. You need to grow. With NetSuite, you save time, money, headaches by managing sales, finance, accounting, orders, and HR instantly from your desktop or your phone. That's why NetSuite is the world's #1 cloud-based system. Companies use NetSuite grow 3 times faster than S&P 500, and right now, NetSuite is offering available inside with a free guide, 7 key strategies to grow your profits at netsuite.com/Ellis. That's netsuite.com/Ellis to download the free guide, 7 key strategies to grow your profits. netsuite.com/Ellis.
Jason Ellis on Faction Talk.
Quitting drugs is the worst thing I ever did.
I'm pretty hideous.
I mean, I got a terrible life.
You underestimated me? Let's just go smoke weed and fight. You're listening to the Jason Ellis Show.
Hell yeah, man.
A Florida man and his grandma
Florida?
were admitted to the emergency room after ingesting some toxic blowfish liver.
Yeah. Wait, blowfish liver.
Yeah.
Fugu. When you eat, fugu is not the fish, it's its liver.
See, I don't know about that. I ate blowfish when I was in Japan, and I was just clearly eating like the fillet.
Yeah, I've had that in New York.
I don't know.
So which one is the one that kills you, the blowfish or the blowfish liver?
I guess it's the liver.
So when you have blowfish, you're not even living on the edge. You're just having some fucking fish.
I feel like a real pussy right now.
Right? We've all been ripped off. I thought I was running the gauntlet.
I thought if the liver exploded or popped or whatever got cut, leaked onto the fish, it would make the fish.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm
poisonous.
actually starting to think this is an article from Fox News. They're the most credible news source in the nation, but I think that in this case they maybe
Even I got that.
I think it's possible that they may be a little bit wrong themselves because it is the shit in the liver, and that's why the whole trick is that when the chef prepares the sushi, they have to make sure that they do it in such a way that the shit from the liver doesn't get into the rest. So I'm not sure that anybody can eat, even like the most skilled sushi chef, I'm not sure can serve anybody blowfish liver.
So that means they just committed suicide.
No, I would think if I'm right about that in this case it would be that the that
they were murdered.
Yeah, they didn't eat the liver, and somebody wrote it down wrong. I don't look. Is fugu the liver?
No, fugu is blowfish.
Okay,
and the intestines, ovaries, and liver contain a poison called tetrodotoxin.
That's right, TTX,
which is 1,200 times deadlier than cyanide.
So they should not have even touched the liver.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe they shouldn't have touched.
They're reporting it wrong. They ate bad fish.
They ate bad
Where
fish.
the guy cut the liver.
Yeah.
It says that the toxin's so potent that a lethal dose is smaller than the head of a pin, and a single blowfish has enough poison to kill 30 people.
Is it really worth it?
Yeah, if I had read that blurb, I would not have eaten.
Oh, really?
I don't think I would have.
It's not that good.
I found it kind of flavorless.
Yep, me
too.
It
was bland, yeah.
Pretty lame. It's like live or die for tofu.
Expensive, too. It was like $50.
If you've ever had like
that too.
Snapper sushi, it's very similar to that. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, we're against it.
So anyway, this guy had to be placed on a ventilator to help him breathe. There is no cure that we're aware of for that poison, so what they do is they just pretty much keep him alive and wait for the body to work it out. The man's grandmother had also nibbled on the same blowfish, also came with him to the hospital, but her symptoms were not as bad as his, partially because she might not have eaten as much, partially because the man apparently had been using cocaine when he ate the blowfish.
I figured that would have helped.
And as Will is fond of pointing out, the cocaine that we have in the States nowadays is finer than it's ever been.
Right. I love talking about that.
So it was the double...
Man, blowfish and bumps.
The double whammy.
It's a hate being
of
I mean, blowfish and bumps? I don't want to push your boat.
Me and Grandma, we like to hump. And when we do, it's blowfish and pumps. I don't want to strain out all the cocaine, but that is my wish. To cocaine salt bathe its fish. Woo!
Wow, man. I didn't think you were going to get out of that. I was like, we're fucked. Everybody's going to change the channel now, but
it's amazing.
You did it, man. The fish.
Came out the other side.
Oof, wish. Wow.
Yeah,
that was
almost.
Close.
Yeah.
Have we talked about these Lutin Malin?
I won't stop talking about Wu-Tang.
I have no idea if we've talked about that.
Ingestible capsules that are claimed to make your flatulence smell like roses, chocolates, ginger, and more.
Yeah, with a hint of ass.
Is a job for Kevin.
I know, right?
Yeah, my ass knows you're talking about it right now.
It's like that thing you take where you do a gold poopy. It can't be good for you.
The fart pill is the result of lengthy research and trials and has been on sale since 2007. I think this has come up before. I don't think we knew how to buy it, though. Each individual sachet includes 60 pills. You take 2 to 6 per day at meal times, and that package of 60 costs $17.
Dude, just eat 6 of them every time, like breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Is that because when you do a poopy, it's so bad that even you don't like it?
I think it's just it's a gag.
Well, like
look at me, I can fart roses.
No, but if you're going to be on an airplane, for example, and you're going to be gassy and you don't want to disturb the passengers around you, maybe you want to let out some coffee scent.
My airplane farts never stink.
Maybe.
Nobody believes that.
Yeah.
I have a feeling these pills are just going to make you super farty.
I think your fart is going to smell bad mixed with some other weird
yeah.
kind of sweet thing.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, why don't I just shove a rose up my ass?
Someone's going to go, who farted, then try to spray weird, shitty cologne over it.
Yeah, it's like now you can fart Febreze at the same time that you fart farts.
Seriously, what's the point?
I guess it's a little better than just the shit smell.
Maybe it is. We will find out when Kevin starts living on these things.
Awesome.
As a fan of the Bill Murray movie What About Bob, it was disappointing to me when Richard Dreyfuss said that Bill Murray was a drunken idiot on the set.
Well, you're welcome. Right?
He was just in character. Bob was obnoxious.
Now, they went to dinner, and he said, Bill got drunk at dinner. He was an Irish drunken bully is what he was. He put his face next to me, nose to nose, and he screamed at the top of his lungs, "Everyone hates you. You are tolerated."
Oh, maybe Richard Dreyfuss sucks.
You are tolerated sounds way more like something a drunk Richard Dreyfuss would say than a drunk Bill Murray.
You are tolerated, sir.
Maybe he was pretending to be him to him.
I saw a documentary recently on the making of
What About Bob?
Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and it sounded like those people, including Richard Dreyfuss, was lovely, and that they bought all the local people dinners and had a going away party when they left.
I think Richard Dreyfuss seems like somebody that's just tolerable.
I think he would be awesome.
I think Bill Murray's more awesome. If you want to go awesome up against awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean, Bill Murray is awesome.
I'm just saying, when you get called tolerable by somebody so awesome, I'm not saying it's true. I'm just
right.
I'm sorry, but maybe he seems pretty awesome.
But didn't this come up earlier in the week when we were doing the biggest asshole bracket and we brought up Chevy Chase? And you said Bill Murray one time said everybody has their little time where they're an asshole and you have to either snap out of it or you're stuck in it.
Yeah, he said
Maybe
that when you get famous, I thought of that too, that when you get, this is what Bill Murray said, that when you get famous for about 2 years, you kind of can't help but be an asshole, and then you have to either put that behind you or live like that forever. What About Bob is after.
Yeah, he was
it's over
old.
10 years after he'd become
20.
famous.
Yeah, no. Richard Dreyfuss is old as hell in that.
And if you are an actor...
Was he ever out young?
Richard Dreyfuss.
No, he's born looking like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Jaws? Did he do anything before Jaws? Was he like 6 years old in Jaws?
17 in Jaws with a comb over.
But,
I swear, like, when you really analyze his face, did it look that old? It's just...
It actually
is.
is.
He actually had a baby face in it. Whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of alarming when you see him.
There he is as a child with chest hair.
Yeah, with neck hair.
What's that? American? He's in American Graffiti, right?
Yes.
It's alarming seeing him in that. I mean, he does still look old for a high school kid, but it's weird seeing him that young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But next time, like Thomas Hayden Church or somebody's in here, I would like to find out if you're filming a movie where you're an asshole. Do you take that outside of the set with you?
Well, but by that, I mean, Bill Murray wasn't so much an asshole in that. If he was an asshole in that, then he plays an asshole in everything.
No, but he was an asshole to Richard Dreyfuss in it, accidentally. But he was supposed to be the most annoying person on the planet to him.
Right, but he was well-meaning. Richard Dreyfuss was actually the uptight asshole.
Yeah, but there was still.
He was annoying to Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah,
he was
and he
beloved
knew,
by everybody else.
Do you not think that he knew it the whole time?
It's been a while.
I
think Bob knew he was pushing his buttons.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, Bob was totally.
Oh,
no, I don't think Bob was as psychotic as he played out to be. I think Bob was nailing him to the wall.
Right, because he does invite that old couple to go out in the boat and insult Richard Dreyfuss all the time because he bought their land or something like that.
Yeah. So maybe he was doing that to help him look like he hated him more. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
I'd like to revisit that. I can't remember the last time I saw What
I
About
thought he
Bob.
was nice to people and he sang karaoke with strangers.
Yeah. Well, what was it again? He'd gone crazy or something, right?
Oh, that's why he did that?
Yeah, I thought that was why he went. Oh, yeah,
are you talking about in the movie or Bill Murray in real life?
Yeah,
Bill Murray real life.
He was. Oh, he was Richard Dreyfuss's patient.
Yes.
And he was the guy. He's like the hypochondriac of mental disorders. That the movie starts with one psychiatrist recommending him while that guy's getting out of town to get away from Bob.
Yeah,
they have one session together, and Dreyfuss says that, okay, this is a great start. Now I'm off for the summer. I'll see you in the fall. And Bill Murray can't handle that because he feels like he's made so much progress. So he follows him to their
Don't say
lake.
anymore because it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, and now I'm interested in seeing it again.
It's fucking good.
He dies.
Oh, damn it.
So does Bambi's mom. It's fucking awful.
Shit.
Everybody does.
She just wanders into frame and gets fucking mowed down.
An axe hits her in the heart.
Aww.
It's brutal.
So disappointing.
Yeah, it goes skidding across the floor. Anyway.
Let me see. Police in, I think, Cheshire, England, have issued a warning about an incredibly stupid and unbelievable scam. A fraudulent bank letter has been sent to homeowners asking them to send their debit cards back as the cards are at risk of catching fire.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yes, many of our bank customers, everything is misspelled. Everything in the letter is misspelled, have reported their debit cards have caught fire while they are in wallets and purses. So as a precaution, we are issuing an urgent safety recall.
So good. It's like my son wrote that.
Why can't I just bury it in the yard?
Pound for pound.
Well, because they got to get them all back so that they know that nobody else is going to get hurt by them, and they got to get to the bottom of it and see what they can do to.
What if somebody's lying on the grass and the grass explodes?
True.
A school is in some hot water for handing out a sex guide to children that looked to be for children, but was actually for at-risk adults. So it's very sexually explicit. It's weird because it has lots of pictures of animals and animal mommies and daddies talking to animal kids. But
It's your favorite thing, Will?
One picture has a mama bird talking to a baby bird, and there's anal beads in one of their mouths.
Red jackets?
What?
There's another one where some sort of frog or toad appears to be licking the other frog or toad's anus.
What?
I mean,
there's one where a spider is whipping another spider.
Wait, with a whip?
Yeah.
Wait, BDSM spider style?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So basically, a nurse came by to talk to grade 6 and 7 students.
How old are you then?
12 or 11, 12.
Yeah, bondage spiders.
At Erickson Elementary School in, there you go.
Yeah, he's not supposed to. Wow.
There's the birds with the
There's
anal
a dong.
beads.
That barely makes any sense
There's
at
two
all.
penises in that picture.
It's like the drawing.
Those are birds, Will.
No.
two drawings fell on each other.
There's
I
three
know, isn't
penises.
it weird?
3 penises in that picture.
It's like highlights for children, but with dongs.
So this nurse came to school to give this sex ed talk. She's a public health nurse,
Oh, that's
and she
a
brought.
toad licking a toad.
He's getting high.
Oh, he's doing some butt fingering
The
though.
toad that's getting licked on the back is kind of happy about it, though.
Oh no, he's
Everybody's
fingered.
having an awesome time. Oh yeah, I didn't notice that he was fingering his butt at the same time.
He's sitting down near his hand. He's not fingering it.
Yes,
He's sitting on his hand while Toad B is sitting on Toad A's hand
He's not
while
sitting
Toad A licks his. I'll generously say back.
Okay.
The 47-page book was intended for adults. I think for, like I say, people who are having risky sex. It was produced by a Canadian HIV awareness and research organization. Basically, I think the nurse was on her way to school and saw these booklets and was like, this is okay for kids. It's a bunch of cartoons, and just did not open it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's just funny cartoons of sexual innuendos.
It took
Wait,
me
whatever that's
three.
word.
It took me a long time to see that there were 3 penises in the bird picture.
You keep
Wait,
saying
what?
that. I only saw the one.
You didn't see the 3 penises.
There isn't penises in the bird picture.
Yeah,
There's
there is.
definitely one. I
There's
saw one
3.
for sure.
It's a dildo. There's
a
a
pink
dildo.
one,
Okay, there's a dildo.
Yeah,
a purple one. And
Where's the purple one? Where's the No, where's it? There's one dick.
There's
I
the
see
purple
dick.
one. What's the pink one?
Where's the pink one?
Right
That's an
there.
egg. That's an
That's
egg.
an egg, dude.
That's
They're fucking
not.
birds.
It's an egg.
It's got a head on it,
It
dude.
doesn't have a head on it.
How many
That's-
eggs has a head?
How does it have an head when that's the branch?
What's that line?
It's the branch.
Okay.
That's where it
That's a
splits
branch.
open. It's
Okay.
like a prize egg.
God, where's the other dick?
Wait,
then?
okay,
Three
wait.
dick
Does,
McGee?
does
wait.
anyone agree with Will that,
Wait,
that the
everything
pink one?
else on the
The
tree.
purple one's a dick, Michael.
Everything else on the tree is brown, but there's a purple, a pink, and a green. What I think are penises.
Yeah, no,
in
the
picture.
purple one's a dick or a dildo. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody's disagreeing with that. The pink one is an egg.
Yep.
It's not.
Hard to believe there would be a
And the
colored
green-
egg and a brown nest because we all know eggs are always the same color as
The
nests.
only things in the nest, aside from the birds, even the
And the
birds
anal
are
beads.
brown.
It's just an egg shape. It's an egg.
Purple,
I'll give
pink,
you.
and
I'll
gray.
give you butt plug if you want to do the egg thing as a butt plug. I'll give you that.
You know what?
I
But
have
it's
bought
not, there's
egg-shaped.
no 3 dicks anywhere. All
No,
right?
I have bought egg-shaped vibrators.
I'll go egg-shaped vibrator even more. But I will not go dick on
Look,
that egg-shaped
I
vibrator.
would plead guilty because I think it's the right thing to do, but I'm innocent. I believe that that is a penis.
Okay, so you see 3 dicks on the screen.
Yes, I do.
I see one
Right,
dildo and a giant floppy scrotum.
You know what? As your psychiatrist, you're gay.
Yes. Huh.
Because you crave cock. Because that's not even there. None of us see that, right?
Okay.
Kevin, do you see 3 dicks on that page? You see
No,
the purple
I see the,
one, yeah?
I see the purple
And then you see
dildo,
the fucking
yeah.
egg that we all see because you're colorblind. What color is it to you?
Pink?
Yes.
That
so you
looks
even
like a
know
pink.
And then,
You know when you-
and then the green thing under the rope that the bird's holding onto, what does that look like to you?
Those are beads.
No. The
Underneath
green
it.
thing.
The green thing underneath.
The turquoise.
The turquoise. Yeah, there you go.
I need help.
This part.
Yeah, touch it.
That's kind of cocky too.
It is kind of cocky, but it's
Oh.
like too less. It's too little of a.
That could be another dildo.
Could
I will concede that.
And
the
what
the
do you-
pink thing is clearly like a prize egg, like when you take kids on an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, and I
And
will
that
not
you-
let
you
you
pull the plastic
turn
egg open?
eggs into cocks on the Jason
So
Ellis
birds have a prize egg, not a real egg, is what you're saying. See, that's
Well,
even
they got
more
anal
far-fetched.
beads.
It's a cartoon.
I see the
They
line.
got anal beads. Why do they have to have any real
I
eggs?
see.
Everything is in play, Will.
No, I see
Yeah,
the
the anal
line
beads were the prize.
on the egg. I see the line on the egg. To me, that is just an indication that that is a head.
Wait a minute.
on-
Wait a minute.
No, that's a twig.
No.
That's a
Now I
twig.
figured it out. It's not an egg. It's the base of the dildo. It's the base of the dildo.
I
No,
see
no,
that
because
too.
the
stick
no.
to the
continues
wall
on
dildo.
past it.
No, because the purple dildo continues past the egg.
I did. That's the first thing I thought was that's the base of it.
No,
We
it
need a
doesn't.
copy of this book, and Will,
That
we're going to
doesn't
need to
go
see your
past the egg.
penis.
How does it go past the egg?
Okay, please post this
That
picture
bit's not
online.
purple.
Just
That bit's not purple.
all you got to do is post the picture online and say how many.
I put it up.
How
It's
many
on.
dicks
It's on
do
our
you see?
story. It's on the story.
Do it on.
You know, I'll put it on the main.
Do it on Twitter. Just like
It's
where
up.
the ayahuasca, you go, how many? No, you're supposed to do a vote on it. It doesn't matter. How many dicks do you see? 1, 2, or 3? Because I see 1. I'll give you 1.5. But that could be such a fantasy because that could be a leg or an arm or anything right
Who
there.
drew this? We need to contact the artist.
There's a poll on the Twitter page as well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
In the meantime,
What's the Twitter?
Jason Ellis Show.
Thank you.
Buddhist spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, says that his successor could very well be a woman. Yay. It's as long.
More than likely it won't, but it could be.
As long as she's hot.
No, did he say that?
I liked him a minute ago. Now I do not.
No, he
Hashtag no fat chicks.
This despite receiving backlash for making similar comments back in 2015.
Wait, the hot bit is not real. I thought you added that.
No.
He really said that?
In a wide-ranging interview with the British broadcasting company, the Guru said that if a female was to become the next Dalai Lama, she would have to be, quote, very attractive. Otherwise, not much use.
Oh! Is there, maybe did he say it in another language and it means something a little bit different?
If a female Dalai Lama, he paused and then pulled an unattractive face before continuing, I think people prefer not to see her. That face.
Whoa. Okay, well, I didn't believe in anyway. That's there you go. If you're believing in that, that was a huge blow to your believing in that.
How do they?
Where's your God now, Richard Gere?
Kind of.
Wait, how do they pick the Dalai Lama?
You just kind of know.
Make it up.
It's me.
He's probably already got some hot chick
No,
in mind.
you
right?
don't know. They know.
Yeah, they know. Yeah, you just get
Damn it!
It's all fucking politics.
That's what it is. It's politics.
I saw you tweeted something about the
Yeah, I
presidential.
like that guy.
Buttigieg?
The young Buttigieg guy. Yeah, he says,
Buttigieg.
says
Yeah.
who?
Sure.
What?
Buttigieg.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. You know,
I've heard his name. I don't know anything about that dude.
everything he says is so far. I don't want. You know what? I feel like that's too much.
I like his calm. I like his calm demeanor.
Yep, you've already said way too much.
Have you seen the new Hellboy? No, because I haven't seen it. Oh no! Did I say that? Did I tell you that? Shamo,
Emelon?
fucking fucking Alakazam or some fucking new movie.
Shazam.
It's good.
Yeah, Shazam's
I
awesome.
saw it.
It's better than Aquaman.
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
It's fun for the whole family.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Yeah, it's
what
a cute movie.
Yeah. I liked that comic book when I was a kid.
See, I fucking
Yeah,
did
you're
that.
good. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
Now back to politics.
Fucking
no,
asshole. Go to Colombia. I'm gonna do cocaine.
Okay, you got me. No, but I used to love that comic book when I was a kid. The Shazam
See,
one.
I never heard of him. I was confused. I thought he was Flash the whole time. I'm like, wait, when does he put the mask on?
He seems kind of slow.
Yeah, and I'm like, why? He seems kind of jacked for Flash. I didn't know anybody else was allowed to have lightning on their chest. I am not familiar with him or his comic books at all. I am only familiar with that movie that just happened. I did not know anything about him. He could be like a whole new one.
Yeah, I never read any Shazam comics.
I'm not going to go there with the lady one. I don't think the lady one's a good one. Somebody told me that they play the Spice Girls in it, and I don't think that that's appropriate at this time in this era of music and stuff. That girl power is Spice Girls. You can do better. We can do better.
Game of Thrones girl being the Marvel lady.
I just don't.
Dark Phoenix? Is that what you're talking about?
I think so. Yeah.
Dark Phoenix sucked.
It's pretty bad time.
Not Captain Marvel.
Brie Larson.
What?
Is it Captain Marvel or is it Phoenix?
Who do you think would win in a fight? Tiger Woods or Andre Agassi? Good fight, right?
Andre Agassi. He's got the rage.
Wait, you don't think Tiger has rage?
No, he fucks too much.
I think
I fuck a lot. I'm pretty angry. No, I guess I'm pretty happy.
Look, Tiger's put his back together, but fighting is going to really be a test for that thing.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, okay.
How beat up?
Oh,
how
yeah.
beat up is Agassi?
He might be pretty beat up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Quite a bit older, right?
Is he?
Agassi has been retired for years. Yeah.
So yeah,
He's a good 10, 15 years older.
Yeah.
Then there's that.
He's got more experience.
You know, Tiger needs to shave his head. I don't know what's up with that thing. I'm trying to be respectable by having hair, but that's just silly. You got to get rid of that. And you're a black guy, mainly. You look good with no hair. You know?
Yeah, but he's an Asian guy also. Not so great bald.
Avatar.
Wait, Asian guys don't look good bald? That's not true. I guess they have no, I don't feel like Asian guys look bad. Why do Asian guys look bad bald? No, they don't. Who's bad bald? Who's a bad? Bald Asian.
Avatar?
I mean, Tiger Woods, when you show me his haircut, it looks bad, but oh, yeah, if he was completely bald, it would look... Nah.
He may not have a choice.
I think at this point right now that, yeah, it would just be better if it wasn't on there. When you get the side thing.
Yeah, that's the worst kind of baldness.
You know, if you don't care, then you don't care. I'll just try.
I bet
I'm
he
just trying to
cares.
help him.
I'm willing to bet that he cares.
Well, then why would just go? Just go, man. It's cool.
He's got enough money to have whatever the best thing in the world is.
Yep.
Oh, he could do the... you know what? That tells me something that's weird about him. For him to... Yeah, because he's a cajillionaire. I forgot about that. He could go to sleep and wake up with a whole fucking full head of hair, but he obviously doesn't do any of that or use any of that product or any of it. He's decided that who cares? Maybe he just wears a hat all the time. Is that his thing? He plays golf so much that
he gets paid for it, too.
To wear the hat?
All the golfers.
See, I feel like nowadays, if a guy in the public spotlight goes that bald and he doesn't shave his head or do something pretty radical to really trim it, that he probably is fighting the fight with, pills or chemicals or what have you, and he's just not being realistic with himself about how badly he's losing.
Yeah, he does not wear that hat when he wakes up in the morning and looks in the mirror, Jason.
Do you think he's the kind of guy that wouldn't even look at any of all the world posting photos about him because he's probably terrified?
He's
after
acknowledged some of the jokes made about it.
So he does.
Some of his friends that are sportscasters that are bald have made jokes being like, why don't you just join the club, buddy? And he laughs it off. But he doesn't get, pissed. Maybe internally
but do you think that he glances at the world the way it sees Tiger Woods?
I think him and LeBron better acknowledge that they are losing their hair.
Yeah, and Kevin Durant is really right there with him now. Another basketball player who's, I think so.
But when you're really, really tall, it's harder for people to see if you're bald.
You got that
unless
going
you're on
for you.
TV.
That's right, which unfortunately they all are. Whatever. So we're going to be off next week. We should point that out. I think most people have probably pieced that together. Jason, you're going off to Colombia.
Yeah, where are you guys going? I mean, I only took this time because Andrew, aren't you going somewhere?
No, Kevin's going to Florida, I think.
That's what it is, right?
No,
I was just trying to match you. It's all your fault.
I made my Florida
don't
plans.
act like I'm going. Go ahead, Kevin, because it's all you.
I'm thinking about going to Santa Monica, so good thing I got that whole week.
I wasn't going anywhere until we got the time off. Then I was like, all right, so I planned a trip to Florida to see my
it was
mom.
Will's fault because he's going to Alabama.
Is that what it was, Will?
I am going to Alabama, but
because I tried to, Andrew, is it not true? Because I know that I just want everybody else to know that it's not, I've sounded like, I'm going to Colombia, so everyone's off.
No.
Somebody was taking time off, and I was like, let me match it. Let me do it with you, so it's convenient.
But just for the record, I only took time off because Jason told me to so that he would have an excuse to take time off.
This is fucked up. This is not true. This all worked out. At one point, I was going to do radio and get stem cell in Colombia, and then I thought, you know what? To the listeners, maybe it'd be better if I don't show up after being drilled for a couple of hours. Hey, everybody, don't worry about it. I'll be all right. I'm just leaking a little blood here. I'll just save it for... I'm going to get drilled on vacation instead. It's not really a vacation to me. It's just going to the doctor's office for a week.
Well, there'll be good shows on the air, though, because it's,
There'll be great shows on the air. We're great at
be the
shows.
best.
6 hours each day of different content. So the replay is not just a replay of the previous 3 hours.
Oh.
And then there's podcasts that all three of us have, so check them all out. All right, everybody. Enjoy the fights and the week and the life and the thing.
America.
I said don't die, just in case you didn't hear that.
4th of July. I'm sorry. I was just...
The king of the afternoons isn't just on the radio.
I've been all around the world, and no one's ever told us how many M&Ms they can fit in their foreskin.
Stay informed and catch up on all the behind-the-scenes footage by following them on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood,
Oh, yes!
Did I get it?
No.
at Kevin Kraft, and at The Jason Ellis Show.
Oh, God, he's going to spin. You should definitely snowboard for sure. You will be a sick snowboarder.
The Jason Ellis Show is also available whenever and wherever you want it, on demand with the SiriusXM app or on your computer.
It is mind-boggling.
What's going on?